Gamescom, huh? Opening night live. So, these are the ads they show before they move on to the main showcase of ads where they show the main ads. So we're just gonna watch some ads before it's time to watch the ads.
You're about to see a couple of games that will make you
And I'm gonna eat some cookies. Wait, music by Dave Wise? Oh! Holy shit, we have Donkey Kong at home. I mean, I jest, but visually that looks pretty good. So that's why David Wise, huh? I mean, yeah, if Nintendo isn't gonna do it and Retro's done. That didn't look half bad.
War chases the scent, oblivious to the master's leash.
Yeah, they'll be okay. It's a stomach bug of some kind, Halcyon. It's a pity, but you know, I get to watch some ads instead of going to see Shakespeare. It's kind of the same, right? Furry Donkey Kong. I don't know that you could, like, Donkey Kong is kind of furry already. Like, I know monkey furries aren't that common, but by contrast, that looks so much like just another Souls-like, right? With very little distinct visual identity, I feel. Like, it's sort of doing Venice, I guess? Will I ask Nikki for a collab stream? Oh, right, he's doing a reaction thing to this as well, isn't he? I don't know. Yeah.
Your fate is sealed by weapon drawn.
That's not a very interesting boss design. My apologies to an Outria, that just doesn't look very interesting.
We all agree that this pre-show is going pretty good so far, but my primary duty here is to make you aware of and excited about the fact that Opening Night Live is minutes away. So here they are, the top 10 reasons to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. Number 10. A new look at Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
That's not a very good reason.
Number 9. An extended look at the gameplay of Dune Awakening.
That's also not a very good reason.
For a second, I didn't really get Dune until the second movie, and now I think Dune is cool. Number 8. The tinge of king-like power you feel when dozens of big-budget games desperately beg you to wishlist them.
No.
Number 7 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. News from Marvel Rivals. Number 6. An Indiana Jones and the Great Circle presentation.
I'm curious about that one.
No way it's just another super long cutscene. At some point, they're going to have to show what it's like to play this game. Like, what button is the whip? Number 5.
How's Hermes doing? Well, he just started yowling outside my door, actually, so I'm going to go let him in.
So, Tarsier Studios, who made the Little Nightmares games, a few weeks ago, they put out this terrifying teaser with, like, this sliced open giant happy pig, and then it just says, Worldwide Game Reveal, Gamescom ONL. And that makes me curious. I don't even know what this is. Number 4 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. 50-50 shot Sam Lake shows up with a new dance. Just to be clear here, he is not scheduled to appear, but...
Okay, he's in my arms now, so he's shutting up. Good
Number
baby.
3. The first gameplay of Civilization
I'm curious
7.
about Civilization 7. But,
Number
like,
2,
it's Civilization 7.
Update on Monster
How
Hunter
different can the
Wilds.
gameplay
Officially,
be?
We're just calling this an update, but there's no way it's just going to be somebody talking. I promise it's going to be nice. And the
Monster
number
Hunter
one
also
reason
is an
to look
exciting
forward
thing.
to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 is... It is always nice to hear a room full of people cheer and be happy about video games.
I mean, sure.
Almost always. But before we can get to any of that, there's still plenty of pre-show to go. Next up, from the studio behind Fury and Haven, here's a brand new trailer for Cairn.
Oh, Cairn is actually interesting. It has some, like, really... It's a climbing game, and the mechanics of it actually look kind of good. Like, that feels like a game that could be really meditative and kind of... like, just kind of zen to play through. Hey, no, you can't have my cookies. They are full of chocolate, you little dipshit. I'll kill you. Spatial inventory I also kind of like as an idea for this. What are the bets on the Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal this game come? Absolutely fucking not. No way in hell. I'm sorry. I wish it would be good. I would love it, but... Oh, it's not Artemis. This is Hermes. He's the new kitten.
This next part is cool. You're going to see a mysterious
If you're on the
trailer
Discord,
for an
you can see a few
unannounced game,
videos of
and
him.
then immediately after
which
that,
reminds
I have
me,
an
I should
interview
post a
with
link
that
to the
game's
Discord.
developer. So first, here's this.
How long has it been? 5 days? 6? I need to get up. But no matter how much I sleep, I still feel tired. Maybe it's because the nights here feel unsettling.
No matter how much you sleep, I still feel tired. Relate. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a cool
The
visual.
thing that brings me a bit of comfort is that I'll never talk to another human being ever again. I've decided that this abandoned farm will be the place where I die. But until then, that leaves me with an ever-pressing question.
Welcome along, Libraniac.
How do I fill the time? There's always a lot to do on a farm. And
There
it's
was a
good to
cat
keep
there.
busy.
You need to be able to pet
It
the
gets
cat.
your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
Okay, I'm kind of into this. Like we've had 100 million Stardew Valley Farm Simulator knockoffs. I'm kind of into the idea of, like, we're now trying to, there we go, do something fucking,
What winter brings.
do something horror with
After
it,
the
right?
harvest.
Like, mix some other genres into it.
Recently, I had the opportunity to talk to the solo developer behind We Harvest Shadows, David Whaley.
What's up? Thanks for
Yeah,
having
take
me.
the
It's a
cozy
great
out of
honor.
it, right?
Heck yeah, we're happy to have you. How would you label We Harvest Shadows?
We Harvest Shadows is officially, I call it, a first-person farming horror allegory. And it's because I wanted to do a lot of weird things with this game. I wanted to make a beautiful horror game. It's very personal, story-wise. I call it anti-cozy game, which you're probably wondering, how does that even work? I think a lot of us, we had a hard time during the pandemic, and, like Animal Crossing. Like,
An
that saved
allegory
my
for what?
life.
I mean, the
Extremely
pandemic,
cozy.
Yes,
for one
extremely
thing, it kind of
cozy.
seems like.
And I was like,
There was some
wonder
COVID
if we
vibes
can
to
take
that.
this type of gameplay, which is relaxing, and twist it in an unusual way to make a gameplay experience that's unlike anything else. And so I want this game to be relaxing, but I also want it to be terrifying.
So I think an interesting part of that trailer is when you get your first objective on that notepad and it just says leave house. which seems like a simple thing, but I'm wondering in the game itself, is it going to be like a mechanically difficult thing to do?
You know, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Isn't it funny how
in the
we humans
trailer,
love stuff like
I
farming
wanted to
games
show
while we
that
think
the show
IRL
this main
farming is tedious, would
character
rather
is
not do
mental
it.
state and how
But the
its
thing is, like,
capacity is different, and maybe sometimes we want to judge people that
generally
they can't
speaking,
leave the
people
house,
do
what's the
want
big
to
deal?
do farming.
I've had days
People
like
do
that,
want to
but
grow
sometimes
things and like work in a garden and stuff like that.
and
What people
someone
don't
else
want to
use
do is
mental
commercial
hurdles
farming,
to become
right? Like what
real
people don't
fear
want to do
challenges,
is
become, like, literal
have to
challenges,
farm on like an
literal
industrial
demons.
scale in order to like
I've been there. Where
in order to
leave
serve a
house is
market.
difficult objective
But,
of the
like,
day. I've been there.
I
I
would
get
very
that.
much like to
Well,
have
there's
the
something from
time
that
and the
trailer you
space
hope
and like
people
the
didn't miss.
energy to like
There is,
keep a
like,
little
some
vegetable
hidden
garden for
things
myself.
in
Maybe
the
not something
trailer.
fully self-sustainable, but
there might be some,
like
yeah, there might be some eagle-eyed
growing
viewers
stuff, growing my own
big theme
food,
of the
growing my own
game is
crops,
that
growing nice plants and
he
stuff, like
wants to
that's
be alone
stuff that
forever,
people
right?
want to do, right?
But he's actually being
It's
watched
people
at all
want to do
times.
like little
And
bits of
so in the
farming. They
trailer,
just
there's a
don't
lot
want to
of
do
hidden
like
faces,
industrial scale
scary
agriculture,
things looking
right?
at him. So maybe people
And that's
feel
kind of
like
what
see
these
they can
games
find
feed
him.
into is like they
David Whaley, thank
give
you
you
so
the
much for joining
opportunity
us.
to
Have a great Gamescom.
Thank you so much
to,
for
like,
having me.
live out the
Thanks again to
fantasy.
David
Like,
for
what
taking
if
the
it
time
was
to do this
possible?
and
What if
bringing
it was
the vibes
viable
back
for
up.
someone
And I think
to
now
like
is as
just
good a time as any
grow their
to
own little
see this
garden
great
and like run
trailer.
around it? Like, I've been playing Fields of Mystria, which is like an early access farming sim. That's really good. Like, it feels very much like a direct iterative evolution on everything that Stardew Valley was doing. It's obviously unfinished, but like the fundamental fantasy there is like doing a bit of work, making friends, having a community around you, like having a schedule that doesn't require you to like burn yourself all to piss, in order to like generate profits for a company that doesn't give a shit about you. Like, that's right. It's like it's the fantasy of being able to live outside of strict adherence to capitalism.
But I will reveal to you the real horror.
Well, that's some saw-ass trap design there. It would have been funny if the game's name was just AAAA. Like, ah!
Bellissimo. Next up is a trailer that works better if I don't even set it up. So here's a good trailer to watch.
Stuck on a planet with nowhere to poop.
The juiciest burgers in the galaxy. Burger Square.
Wacky extreme learning smart bots from Hot Whiz.
I smush it down my throat.
Our new Ding Dong!
Greetings, brave explorer.
Okay.
Here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture, the colonization of space. You
Squirting
spent almost a
burgers
century
was,
hurtling through the universe in cryosleep,
was a choice.
ready to begin your work on this strange alien planet. Unfortunately, changing market conditions have led us to the realization
Oh,
that
those
space
were monkeys with
exploration
asses
is
for
far too
faces.
costly and unpredictable, and Alta has decided to cancel all future plans in space. I regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been sent. We thank you for your service, and we hope you eventually find a way home. Good luck.
Revenge of the Savage Planet. Okay. I have no idea what the gameplay is, but the things that were flashing up on screen with, like, no DLC, no microtransactions, no battle pass, that all sounds fine to me.
Next up, we've got Enzoi, which is a new life sim game. It's like The Sims, but more beautiful. If you are interested in getting a head start on creating your characters, this next trailer is for you.
Cat. Oh, that's a very nicely rendered cat. Crafting the saviors of Tango. Yes. Thank God. Thank God someone saved Tango Gameworks. Jesus Christ. I mean, it looks very much like The Sims. Was it actually The Sims? Or was it like a we have Sims at home sort of thing? Sims at home. That final screen looked so AI generated? Not really. It's important to remember that, like, a lot of the things you go, oh, that looks like AI art. Remember, AI art is copying the real art that looks like that, right? It's the other way around. So, like, third-person action hack and slash thing with some 8-bit, 16-bit aesthetics somewhere. Is this some like light novel thing, or is this an original thing? I wonder. Discount Persona. Yeah, you're not wrong. Tribe 9. Not feeling any hype here. Nah, yeah, me neither. Like, there doesn't really seem to be that much going on, but it's iOS and Android, so that kind of explains why the environments were so unexceptional.
We are getting people excited for a big night of video game trailers by showing you more and more game trailers. And next up is another brand new game announcement.
I've always wanted to fly. The joy of it, the freedom of it.
Oh, that's some very nice performance capture.
Take your life in your hands and soar. I think that's in us all, isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
In a game trailer, anytime an astronaut is talking about the wonder of exploring space, you just know that that's like, oh yeah, no, this is a horror game about how it's bad and terrifying to explore space. Is this like a color out of space thing, or Annihilation, or... Directive 8020. A Dark Pictures game. Oh, hey!
This might be hard for you to believe, but we have just one trailer left in this pre-show. You might remember, back at Summer Game Fest, Capcom announced that Terry Bogard would be joining Season 2 of Street Fighter VI. Then, last month at EVO, we all got to see what his in-game character model looks like. But tonight,
thank you for the subscriptions, by the way, from everyone who's been subscribing and resubscribing. I haven't been able to stay on top of them, but
the Street
I
Fighter
appreciate
6
it.
Terry Bogard gameplay reveal.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that he plays like Terry Bogard. It's just a gut feeling I have. Of course, it's Ken he's beating up. Yeah, it's Terry Bogard from Super Smash Brothers. It's really cool that Super Smash Brothers is crossing over with Street Fighter like this.
Good stuff, Terry. And that's it for the pre-show. Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 is now officially just seconds away. Thank you for hanging out with me here and Mucho too. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
It's cool that they made a fighting game with Smash Brothers characters. Yeah, it's really nice that Smash Bros characters get to be in an actual fighting game. That's lovely. I have no investment in the fighting game community, so I'm just pissing everyone off.
The creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
And the crowd goes mild. Yeah, okay, it's a German crowd, I know.
Gamescom! And hello to everyone watching around the world. This is opening night live from beautiful Cologne, Germany. And we have our biggest...
It's true, like, Germans will be like, ah, yes, it's the games, man. Yeah, show us the game trailers, please. Yeah, clap, clap.
People together as a community to celebrate our love of games, and of course,
there's no reason to get
watching
excited.
online around the world. Welcome. We have gathered for the grand kickoff to Gamescom, the world's biggest in-person video game event, and this is our 6th opening night live.
Hermes jumped down on the floor, and then after a couple of minutes, he sat next to me meowing for me to pick him back up. Baby man, you're the one who jumped down.
Thank you, Gaborski. Now, while the game industry certainly has faced challenges this year, I know that O&M
You're misrepresenting Germans by implying they'd clap more than once.
2025 and beyond. Now, over the next 2 hours, you're going to see world premieres from studios big and small, including, yes, some new game announcements you're not expecting.
Und then after the award ceremony, we should all go hiking.
Monster Hunter to Indiana Jones, Dune to Civilization, Call of Duty to Marvel Rivals, the most anticipated games will be on stage tonight because they wanted to be here with you guys at Gamescom, and I am so honored and grateful to have the opportunity to present these games to you.
I would say it's Abendruhe. Yeah, that's true. Abendruhe. Well, isn't that only on Sundays?
So Gamescom, sind Sie bereit für the world premiere? I tried it. All right, here's our first world premiere.
Every day after 10? Oh my god.
This one hasn't leaked, and it's exclusive right here at ONL.
But yeah, like Americans will cheer for anything, right? Americans sort of culturally are just like wired to be cheerful and loud about everything. Like if someone goes, yeah, everyone having a good time, every American in the room is going to be, yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, what's happening. Europeans, not so much like that, especially not in Northern Europe. It's probably Borderlands for you. These poor bastards, like, having to do something like that in the aftermath of the fucking movie. To be fair, the movie didn't perform poorly because it was Borderlands, right? Like, Borderlands had nothing to do with it. It performed poorly because it was a piece of shit. Because it was really bad. Oh, big reveal. It really is just the worst possible timing for them. Like, I don't know what they could possibly have done about it, but it is the worst possible timing for the poor bastards to try and do Borderlands now. After that movie has so decisively tanked the brand.
There you go. All right, that's right. Borderlands 4 is coming in 2025. Next up, October 25th marks the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Now, the Borderlands movie was actually supposed to be out like 2 years ago or something like that. Like, the studio sat on it forever and edited and re-edited and tried to save it and, like, turn it into something that was, like, moderately releasable. And, like, it just wasn't coming together, and eventually they had to release it for contractual reasons, right?
Black Ops returns with an epic story and signature blockbuster action where players question everything.
No, they don't.
Trust no one.
No, they don't. The one thing that players in a Call of Duty game will never question is whether or not militarized violence is the solution to their problems. Like, Call of Duty games are not about questioning fucking anything. Call of Duty games are about reifying and like reaffirming that like militaristic violence and that soldiers are like right about everything and everything that like everything can be solved with military violence. Like, come on.
To try out the brand new Omni movement system.
Question everything. No, you never question the premise of the series.
Today, we're here representing the Raven team, who's leading the campaign in partnership with Treyarch.
The Black Ops 6 campaign
They paused for applause at Gamescom.
Turmoil and uncertainty as the Cold War comes to an end. You're joined by legendary characters Frank Woods, the grizzled vet, and Russell Adler, the ultimate wild card. Together with new allies Troy Marshall and Jane Harrow, and unbound by normal rules of engagement, you'll unravel a mind-bending conspiracy. In the mission we're about to show you, our rogue team has targeted a senator attending a political fundraiser in order to gain access to a top-secret black site underneath Washington, D.C.
This is Most Wanted.
So we're gonna show up to this fundraiser, get what we need from the senator, then grab Adler from the black site before anyone knows what's happened. Camera actually works.
Sometimes I surprise even myself.
Let's just hope Sev and Case can get the retinal scan.
It is funny to see the American companies just not understand how to deal with the Gamescom crowd at all.
The senator isn't giving interviews tonight.
Is that fucking Bill Clinton?
His security detail. I've marked a few leads that could help get you close enough to do the retinal scan. Take your pick.
I got it on good authority.
They doing hitman shit? I guess.
Sensitive information from the people I work for.
Who the hell are you? Blackmailing a senator with sex tapes. Can't beat the classes.
I've cleaned up another of your messes.
Lee Grisham, head of security for All Drain Energy.
Grisham might be our way to McKenna.
Hey, QuickTime events. Love a QuickTime event. Those are just the best. Everyone loves QuickTime events, especially me. I love QuickTime events in games. It's so cool when the gameplay is you have to press the button, and then if you don't press the button, then you...
The capillaries in the senator's retina. It should have just enough resolution.
That is extremely not how a camera or an eye scanner works.
Please help. They took me during shift change. Knew our schedule somehow. Started shooting.
What time period is it? Right in the aftermath of the Cold Wars of the 90s.
We can do this loud or quiet.
So I haven't played a COD in a while.
Guess Woods got my message.
The old man.
But everything that happens here seems so incredibly scripted.
Sev, we got the prize.
Good. Now get out. Fast. We've got party crashers up here.
Great. You good to go?
Am now.
Because, like, COD 4, like, the original Modern Warfare, part of what was good about that was, like, there were scripted sequences, but, like, for the most part, when it came to the fighting, you had a feeling, whether or not that was completely accurate, you had a feeling that, like, your combat was a matter of, like, your skill, right? Like, the matter of, like, your gameplay. More recent Call of Duty games I've played, it rarely felt like it was really about how good I was at shooting any character in particular. In a lot, like, in the big moments, right? Like, it felt like this is a set piece, it has to play out a certain way. Other than people who find Ghost X Soap hot enough to care about the games. Yeah, I mean, I do love that a bunch of like, queers and girlies made Soap and Ghost, like, such a fucking horny ship.
Come on, Case. Easier coming down. Here.
How do you just have that on you? Like, how did you plan to be in an elevator shaft where you would have, like, the exact circumference of the fucking elevator cables and, like, a lifting device capable of carrying you up? How did you do that? Hey, quick time events. Why are you wearing sunglasses inside, dude? Why are you doing that? You're supposed to be like a tier 3 operator, aren't you? Like, what the fuck are you doing with sunglasses indoors?
Plan B. Same as plan A. Go up. We'll just take the scenic route. Let's get moving.
I wonder if this is like a trailer design thing. It's just that, like, the gameplay trailers for COD games, it's just like the shooting never seems fun because the trailer has to move at a certain pace, right? Like, you can't be stuck for 10 minutes on the same firefight trying to figure out like how to play it. So it's just like, I have a grenade and then I have the other tool and then I'm going to use this other cool tool and then I'm going to shoot at everyone. Like, it never looks like challenge, right? And that's a trailer thing. Like, maybe it's a lot more fun if you whack up the a homing knife? Oh, go to hell. Fuck you. A homing knife. A homing knife. I'm sorry, what?
Just like that, huh? Just like that.
A homing knife. Oh, eat my ass, Call of Duty. Fuck you. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, but I don't see any better option.
You know what? Like, a fucking... If they actually wanted to lean more into, like, sort of boomer shooter FPS shit, where, like, you get more and more ridiculous weapons and shit like that, and you lean harder and harder into, like, sort of Cold War spy movie cheese, I'd be up for that. It's the problem is that it's so full of all this modern military bullshit that it's just... It just doesn't seem fun, right? Because, like, some really, like, Cold War spy movie, like, bullshit gadget cheese... I'd be up for that. I would be down for a game like that. But this doesn't really seem like it's having fun or being ironic. It thinks like, no, the homing knife is cool, actually. Like, no, the homing knife is stupid, but you should be aware of that. But instead, it's taking itself so fucking seriously. Homing knife would be cool for James Bond. Yeah, like, that's a fucking Austin Powers gadget, right?
There you go, Black Ops 6, more coming at Call of Duty next. And now I'm honored to introduce my co-host for Opening Night Live. You know her from her years of hosting League of Legends esports around the world. Did you know that she got her start as a competitive Unreal Tournament player? That's
Shox!
right. Please join me in welcoming to ONL, Shox!
Hey, my girl! Shit, Shox gets to fucking host Gamescom. Hell yeah.
Gamescom. Thank you for the warm welcome. Unreal Tournament, that is quite the throwback, but I am so excited to be here tonight revealing many of the games on Opening Night Live and highlighting
That's really nice. Like, I watched League of Legends esports back when it started in Season 3, and Shox was hosting in Europe, so like I've been following her for a fucking long time at this point.
With you all celebrating it. Now,
she is one of the hardest working people you'll ever meet in your life. Like, it is insane how hard that woman works. Especially having to, like, be in the fucking esports scene. Like, Jesus.
I hope you visit wonderful places, that you have friends from places far away.
Also cast CSGO. Yeah, like, she's been expanding. Like, she's been trying to not be tied down to only Riot, right?
That you fight for the things you love, and that you love the things you do.
Like, I have immense professional respect for Shox.
My favorite thing
She's
in the world is to play.
incredibly fucking good at her job, and she has fought like a fucking demon for every shred of respect that she has. She was one of the people who, like, threatened to walk out of the EULCS if they took a sponsorship from Neom, like the Saudi Arabian construction project Neom. And I have never heard anyone have anything bad to say about her. Like, who knows her? Okay, so what's going on here? That is the least interesting white man I've ever seen in my life. Okay, Arthas Menethil, I guess. Skyrim joke. Okay.
You were trying to cross the border. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross.
Grand Theft Auto. Okay. What are we looking at? What's happening here? The GoldenEye 64 ass guard character models. That is William Blake's Red Dragon, which is the back tattoo that, like, one of the killer... Oh, it's Goat Simulator. Of course it's Goat Simulator. I mean, Gamescom is the right place to unveil that. Okay, well then.
In my opinion, that looked like the GOAT of all remasters. Okay. Well, we are expecting
Shocks knows a European audience.
Fans at Gamescom this year in person, but if you cannot be here with us, don't worry. You can join us virtually by going to Gamescom Global, where you can explore and discover what the world's gaming industry has in store for you. And
what's there to remaster? It's intentionally shit. That seems to be the joke.
Coverage of the event, so tune in to Gamescom Studios broadcast by IGN on Twitch or on YouTube. Now, we have some news on Persona 3 Reload and its next DLC episode, Aegis, The Answer, coming on September 10th. It's time to reveal a surprising boss fight coming to the game.
Tomorrow and all the days after it will be March 31st.
It's like Tartarus all over again.
There is a strong connection between all of you and what's happening.
Let's just open it. Then we'll know. Something's wrong.
Oh, wow, Persona 5 DLC, right. You get to fight Joker. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't really care that much about Persona anymore. Like, Atlus's homophobia has just, like, permanently turned me off the franchise, but hey.
Exclusively at Gamescom opening
It's nice that Persona 3 is at least playable for new fans.
The tracks lead this way.
It's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
So we're doing a Predator thing, I guess? Like, not necessarily literally Predator, but...
On me. Bloody hell.
Vampires, maybe? Probably shouldn't have taken your helmet off. Not that it would have helped, but you know.
Man has an animal within. If you push too much.
It looks like a sort of 4v1 sort of asymmetric multiplayer thing, but... No, it's a Dying Light thing, isn't it? Man, I was hoping for a werewolf or something. Like, I was hoping you got to play as, like, a werewolf or a vampire. Ah, well. Dying Light the Beast. Oh, well. I have no particular opinion on Dying Light. It's never been interesting to me.
There you go. Kyle Crane is back in a new zombie
Kyle. Oh, there's a main character who has a name. Oh, okay.
Open world region.
Did not know that.
Dying Light the Beast. Next, today marks the launch for the most wish-listed game right now on Steam, and also, last I checked, the biggest single-player game ever on Steam with over 2 million.
As a fan, I'm screaming right now. Yeah, cool. Like, I have no knowledge or understanding of Dying Light, so.
Also out on the PlayStation 5, and right now we've got the reveal of the launch trailer for you.
Wukong Black Myth. That's another one of those games where, like, learning some details about the actual studio that made it has kind of soured me on wanting to pay money for it. It looks spectacular. Like, the visual design is fantastic. I'm glad that we're getting more games that, like, really pull from, like, Chinese mythology, from, like, the depths of Journey to the West and, like, Chinese literature. I think that's really good. But yeah, like, the studio has, like, a history of just some real ugly, nasty, sexist bullshit. That's like, Like, it doesn't seem to be in the game, as far as I've seen. Like, it's not like it sort of translates in there. It's just their behavior and, like, their PR. And especially the behavior of, like, their founder is, like, it's just kind of gross. And it's a pity, because, like, there's a lot of really cool visual design. The way that the game plays with scale is fantastic. Like, there's a lot of really good craft on display here. So, like, I'm not interested in shitting on it. It's just, didn't those accusations get debunked? Nope. Then there's Sparking. I'm actually kind of interested in that. I used to play a bunch of Budokai Tenkaichi. And, like, Fighters is probably the best Dragon Ball fighting game there's ever been. But I'm like, I could fucking go for some... +20 playable characters in the DLC. Jesus.
Welcome back to Gamescom opening night live here in beautiful Wargok.
Who's ready to roll? Live from the Construct Coliseum, it's time for everyone's favorite game, King of Meat.
What?
Join recently kidnapped celebrity guest contender Jeff Keighley at the starting line.
Wait, starting?
And that battle cry proves how committed Jeff is to any project. Let's check the soch with our sideline reporter.
This dungeon is throwing everything at these contenders, but the GK machine is leading the way to the finish line, and the chat is blowing.
What is all this? Death traps, unapproved nicknames, and a giant horse trying to hoof me?
An eloquent and marketing-friendly description of the game, not to mention a perfectly timed
I still have no idea what I'm looking at.
For King of Meat.
Ready for action? Ready for mayhem? Ready for gold and fame pouring from the sky?
Okay, so it's like an asymmetric multiplayer thing where, like, someone creates dungeons. Okay, I can see that as, like, I can see that. Where presumably you get rewards, like, the more players your dungeon kills or something like that. Very much pitched at like a Twitch streaming sort of market, right? Like a streamer market. With like streamers taking challenge runs through player, like audience created dungeons and things like that. I can see that. Like that's a fairly fun concept.
Still got it, Keely. Still got it.
Wilhelm scream. You have to call it that when you hear it.
Back to Opening Night Live for real this time, and that was the announcement of King of Meat, an online co-op spectacle for 1 to 4 players from Glowmade in Guildford, England.
That trailer dialogue did not convince me. No.
And you can sign up at kingofmeat.com for future playtests. Now, one of the things I absolutely
It was a gimmick
love about
trailer.
making these shows is that we get to
Something like
introduce
Super Mario Maker Community.
brand
Yeah,
new
something along those
games
lines.
like this one.
Depending on how well they manage to
First
moderate
from
and
their
like
new studio, Fuzzybot.
handle
Please
that part of it.
welcome Tatjana Dislova and Max Spielberg.
I want a games event run like an FFXIV live letter, just 420p pictures held up to the camera. Yeah.
Guys, welcome to ONL. I'm very excited to share this game with the world. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio, first of all?
Yeah, well, first off, it's totally surreal to be here right now. We started the studio back in 2020, and the majority of us had come from the AAA side of the industry, and at the time we were
King of Meat is not a good game, though. I don't know. Like, maybe it's the sort of thing that might grow on someone.
On the stage tonight at the end of that run.
The vision
Linked
first
Banner of the
started
Spark.
The idea of dreaming big and building smart.
That really has, for me, the vibe of like a
Felt very unique and full of
PS2 game.
Together, a very passionate team of talented developers. It's through
Like
their
that, like the whole, the title and like the look of it really gives me the vibe of like a PS2 action platformer game centered around like platforming gimmicks.
Yeah, so our debut game is called Linked Banner of the Spark.
Is that ninja on the cover? No. Thank God,
with a
no.
bit of roguelite and town building elements. And so we blended these ideas together to create this cozy yet highly kinetic action game.
So it's a
for players
cozy
to brawl,
roguelike
build, and befriend,
town
crew
building game.
adorable
Okay.
robots. In it, it's the year 3000, and you're going to take on the role as one of the last remaining humans on planet Earth. Allying with a friendly bot faction, you're going to aim to take down the Combot army hell-bent on organic destruction. Players can play alone or with friends in this vibrant world of robots.
Or
Give us a
simpler
gameplay trailer,
way that
though.
I like to describe it sometimes is you go out and fight the evil robots and then collect their body parts to build a sustainable town of your dreams while saving the cute ones. We are incredibly proud to finally reveal the delightful world of Linked Banner of the
They
Spark.
probably should have opened with like a game trailer rather than an interview.
As we have building it.
Because like looking at that artwork back there is like, oh, that is generic art style, the artwork. Like that really doesn't have a lot of personality or distinctiveness. Okay, it's a top-down hack and slash action thing. Co-op focused. Yeah, it really has like that early PS2 game vibe to it, a lot of it. Like, with more things going on, obviously, but... I will say, I'm not sure that they, like, what they're going for with the farming thing seems to be like the cozy game market, right? Like, the people who are, like, into, like, making farms and building cute houses and stuff like that. If all of the furniture and stuff is, like, all this futuristic sort of glowy, shiny plastic stuff, I think they're gonna have trouble capturing that segment of, like, interest. It's ambitious, I'll give it that. I just don't think it stands a chance against something like Stardew Valley.
Fishing makes every video game better. Now, one of the things that I love about Gamescom is that it is a safe
Yeah, a
place
genre
for our
bash to
diverse
fish for a mega
gaming
success.
family.
That's kind of what it
There is
feels
an
like.
amazing platform called Gamescom Cares.
Because like
that
Cult of the Lamb
shares
has like,
social
as
and
it's being brought up in chat,
environmental
Cult of the Lamb
responsibility projects that we care deeply about.
has this like very specific, like you're a cult leader, right? Like, and you're playing with your little villagers, like, yeah, you're a cult leader manipulating. Like it has like a very specific, like strong central concept. That game there, right, really didn't have like, there's evil robots and you fight them and then you build cozy, make farm fishing minigame stuff. There's not really a sort of like, you're a cult leader, right? Like there isn't, you're a farmer on your own cozy little farm. It's like, here's generic Saturday morning cartoon premise. And then also there's a farming sim sort of bolted onto that.
Tonight. When I saw your text, all these memories came flooding back.
Hey, she actually showed. Welcome!
I remembered Nora, her energy.
Shit! Where's my fucking pick?
The Tharp one's her favorite. I remembered you.
Nice one, Autumn.
You were the coolest.
Skateboarder's wisdom. Never land on your wrist.
I want to see you skateboard, Autumn. I remembered Kat.
Whoa, watch out!
She was like a firecracker.
Fuck!
This is serious. We're gonna need a real band name.
How about Bloom and Rage?
How could I forget? Guys.
Oh, there's something supernatural happening in the game?
Last week,
I wouldn't have called
found
that.
a package on her doorstep. Wait. Are Bloom and Rage
Lost
in
Records.
trouble?
So it's not Life is Strange, but it's definitely in that vein. It looks cool though, like the aesthetic was quite nice. Okay, but what's the point of the game? That, like, is it just a co-op shooter? Is it just like trying to do Left 4 Dead again, or no more room in hell 2? Okay. That feels really hard to have an opinion about because there was really nothing happening there.
Player co-op of No More Room in Hell 2 from Torn Banner up in Canada, where there are deadly consequences of not sticking close to your teammates, and I cannot wait to check that one out. All right, our next game, it's been a long time coming for this next one. At the Game Awards in 2021, Embark Studios revealed Arc Raiders, a game that immediately struck a chord with players around the globe. A stunning future Earth where menacing Arc machines threaten humanity's attempts to rebuild. Well, Arc Raiders has evolved a lot since then, and now
As a fan, No More Room in Hell is my favorite co-op zombie game. I can believe you.
Action survival shooter.
Where do we go from here?
It's just aesthetically and narratively, there was just nothing there for me at all.
You've told us nothing of this place. Look at us now.
It's a title for people already invested in the original and the genre. Yeah. And that's the case for a lot of this, right? Like, a lot of this is stuff for people who are already into this, right?
Everything to lose. But even more to gain.
I do like that we're getting, like, the comeback of a certain, like, 70s, 80s aesthetic in a lot of video games right now. Like, that period of aesthetic has sort of... Call? Is this like a Pokemon riff? Or is it gonna be a thing where, like, all of a sudden everyone explodes into blood and gore? I don't think so. Okay. I'm genuinely a little bit lost for words. I have genuinely no idea what we're looking at. Like, what is that? The coziest open world game, it says. Okay. Well, I guess I kind of get that then. Oh, hey, Space Marine. A pal world sort of thing. Yeah, I guess. The first Space Marine was kind of bad. I remember this. Like, it was kind of not very good at all. This one looks like it's much more interesting. Following up the cozy game with Space Marine. You know, there's a surprising amount of overlap between the audiences there, actually. Is this Deadlock? That game that was like, had people... No, it's not. Okay. Oh, it's Paragon. Right, of course it's Paragon. Paragon is another one of those games that aesthetically there's just nothing in there for me to grab onto at all. It's one of the it's the kind of game I think of as like video game aesthetic the game, right? Like it is, oh yeah, here's a bunch of like aesthetics that exist in video games. And they're just like here. But there's no, like, I don't get any sense of like a coherent unifying style underneath it all. It's just kind of like, here's a Warcraft character, robot punch guy, here's like anime gacha game character design, and here's a generic fantasy. Like, there's just nothing there that really tickles me as like interesting or intentional. Looks like Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, like it's that same design aesthetic, right? It's that same sort of aesthetic space that they're playing in, which is like, here's a bunch of popular aesthetic things, and just polish them so they're pretty and then throw them in there. Does that have to be there to make it good? No, that has nothing to do with the gameplay. But that's part of what attracts me to a video game, right? Like, I don't really give a shit about a video game that can't engage me aesthetically.
I will.
Do you have the strength to sweep aside this world and build it anew?
I must.
Speaking of which, like, this is vaguely more interesting. Like, it's doing some things with some, like... So like Southern European Catholic imagery that I think is interesting.
Your destiny.
I don't know if the aesthetic means much to it, because like, it also seems to sort of be mostly doing a Diablo thing, right? Oh, it's Path of Exile. I didn't know that was Path of Exile.
Yes. I'm ready.
I realized once we saw the UI, right?
Well, that looks absolutely great. Can't wait for that one. And now, Gamescom is known for the cosplay. The vision and dedication cosplayers put into their craft is an inspiration to us all. And to see these
Catholic aesthetic is very yeah, like there's a bunch of games that have sort of been trying to draw from like specifically Southern European Catholicism for an aesthetic breakpoint. And like Blasphemous to me is the best one of these, like because that has a very intentional, very intense relationship with that specific aesthetic, that specific culture.
Announcement and interviews all packed into an exciting one-hour show hosted by Shay Thompson. Plus, the Gamescom event arena, that is where I am standing right now, and all of you are. It is the biggest and most elaborate stage at Gamescom, featuring not only opening night live, but additional live shows featuring creators, gaming events, and esports competitions that you can watch either in person or by tuning in online. Now, up next is a first look at the gameplay of Dune Awakening.
So that's the MMO.
Survival MMO. And news on when it's going to be released.
I would like to know what the fuck you're supposed to do in it. Is the thing. They haven't revealed anything about how the game plays yet that I'm aware of. And it's a shooter with magic abilities. Like, the moment I saw the assault rifle, I lost interest.
Choose your background, and then crash into the planet. You are abandoned and alone. Hunted by sandworms. Scorched by the unforgiving sun. Ravaged by sunstroke. Stick to the shade. Chase the moving shadows. Survive. Welcome to Arrakis, the most dangerous planet in the universe.
So canonically speaking, if you don't have a still suit on Arrakis, you're dead within like hours.
In the vast online world. Befriend or betray.
Like you can't just walk around in like a tunic and pants. That's not how that works.
In this case, a spit dart rifle and a still suit for your help taking down territorial deserters. Working with others will always increase your chance of staying alive. The deserter base.
I would have thought they would take much more aesthetic inspiration from the movies. This is much more Star Wars. Like this genuinely looks like it could be like Star Wars, the Old Republic DLC, aesthetically speaking. Like higher resolution, like higher fidelity, but aesthetically that's kind of where it is. And that's like, to be fair, that's partly because Star Wars stole half of its aesthetic from Dune, right? But I would have thought they would take much more from the movies.
Mine, harvest, and gather with your group to build bases and unlock more advanced equipment, like the blood purifier. Refine the blood you collected from your enemies to extract drinkable water. Craft improved equipment using fabricators. Replicate your bases in new locations with the blueprint system, and then sell blueprints of your architectural wonders to other players. Lead your group to become a guild. On Arrakis, a nameless prisoner can rise.
Again, canonically, that's not true at all. I have the disadvantage of having read Dune, and it's like I'm seeing them do this shit, and I'm like, that's not how that works. That's not what Dune is.
The in-game radio provides insight into key events.
From what I know about Dune, you need slow attacks to get through shields. Why are there assault rifles? Yeah, that's the thing. Is like Dune has some really interesting ideas about like how technology changes warfare. Right, like how it changes what warfare even is and what it can be. They don't seem to be present here.
Uncover valuable resources and search for secrets amongst the shifting dunes.
I will say, like, trying to make an MMO set on Arrakis is a difficult challenge because the entire planet, save for like a little bit of the North and South poles, is just desert. It's just sand and rock. Like, there's nothing else there to work with. So creating a compelling world that's worth exploring in the Doom IP like that, that's a challenge. Like, and they clearly have sunk a lot of time into trying to create distinct environments. Can you go to House Ordos, though?
But remember, to play politics, you need power. And on Arrakis, spice is power. In the deep desert beyond the shield wall, hundreds of players scour the landscape, hunting for spice. Every spice blow has the potential.
No House Ordos, no sale.
With multiple guilds vying for the precious melange. Even when it looks like defeat is inevitable, those who understand desert power can awaken Arrakis itself.
Oh, that is a big one. Because, like, the worms are clearly taken pretty directly from the movie. And, like, the logo is taken from the movie. It's odd that they didn't do more aesthetically to sort of try and mimic the movie. Did you hear about Dread Delusion? I have been very interested in Dread Delusion. I keep meaning to find some time to play it, but I just don't have any.
Drops on PC early 2025.
Harkonnen design is taken from the movies too. Yeah, well, yeah, but not quite. It's too colorful. The Harkonnen in the movie are black and white. Like, that's the whole point of them, is they're black and white. Like, completely colorless.
Nothing lasts forever.
So, what do we have here? Now, here's some aesthetic intentionality. Oh, it's Little Nightmares. Well, that explains that. Little Nightmares has a really interesting approach to size in character design. Like, the camera here deliberately... Like, the camera angles are deliberately chosen to make the characters small, right? To make the player feel more powerless and more vulnerable. And it's really well done. Like, the way they do the camera work in these games is really good.
I thought you were dead.
That sheep monster is pretty cool. Oh, it's not Little Nightmares, it's Reanimal, I guess. Looks a lot like Little Nightmares, though.
That was Reanimal, the next big entry in the cozy game genre. Now,
oh, it's by the Little Nightmares team.
Of Gamescom and receive cool rewards? Well, meet Epi, the robot on our website RPG Gamescom Epics. Prove your nerd know-how, solve tricky puzzles, win prizes, gather trading cards, digital trading cards, and jump
that
from
looked
level
like
to level.
I was like, Reanimal looked like a pretty cool horror game. Like, there's a bunch of cool shit going on there, aesthetically.
Now, in its 4th year as an evolving open-world adventure, today Genshin Impact is unveiling more about the 6th nation of Natlan, which will be released on August 28th.
Oh, this is the nation where everything about it is inspired by, like, the Middle East and Africa, right? And then all the characters are, like, pure fucking white. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, they are... That's the thing, like, the environment design, the fucking, like, the Afrofuturism, like, the inspiration from that shit, that's really cool. But then... every single person who lives there is just, like... Oh, look, she has a very mild tan a little bit. It's like, come the fuck on! Come the fuck on! Like, honestly. That guy is paler than me! I mean, he's a gamer, so I guess it makes sense that he would be pale, but, like you can't fucking... Like, Genshin Impact is so frustrating in that way, because, like, everything but the character design has a tendency to be really... And, like, even, like, any character design that isn't meant to go in the fucking, like, gacha pawn system also tends to be a lot better.
There you go, Genshin Impact, and also coming to Xbox later this year, as we saw. All right, now it's time to head into
It's so frustrating, because, like, MiHoYo clearly employs some really fucking good artists. It's just, ugh.
Here at Gamescom, Capcom
fucking hell.
Booth. But now, to tell us more and show us more, please welcome to the Gamescom ONL stage, Ryozo Tujimoto from Capcom. Ryozo-san.
Now, here comes the thing I'm fucking interested in. I cannot begin to tell you how much I am fucking fiending for Monster Hunter Wilds. I cannot begin to explain it to you. I need to hunt these fucking monsters. Which weapon are you maining? All of them. Every weapon, all of the weapons.
Hello to all of my friends in Germany and to the millions watching around the globe. I'm really thankful that
maybe not the hunting horn. I've never been able to gel with the hunting horn. But all the other ones. Maybe also not the bow. Well, actually, I saw some clips about the bow gameplay in Wilds, and now I'm kind of interested.
今後ですね、世界のいろんな様々な地域でこのようなプレイヤブルの出展も考えていますので、そちらも期待していただけたらと思います。それでは最新の映像をご覧ください。
Before we debut the trailer, I just want to express how excited I am to kick off our season of Monster Hunter Wilds hands-on demos starting at Gamescom.
Horn
Now,
goes
let's
doot
take a
doot.
look
I mean, that
at
is
the
compelling.
latest trailer.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
My word. Is this a lull of Barina Floret? We must be near its nest.
Oh my god, that's pretty. That's like a Arachnakataki. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy killing you. Oh, that's cool. I like that. The sort of praying mantis, like, spider. Oh.
We could do a lot worse for an interim camp.
Ah, Palicos, my beloved.
Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter. The sands come alive.
That's a hell of a haircut.
Like a wild beast bristling with lightning.
I am a little worried, like, if this is gonna have, like, a colonization
That must be this region's apex.
like narrative or something about, like, something weird about natives and like colonizers kind of thing, same as World, but you know. I really fucking like that spider monster. That's really cool. I really hope you have the option not to have the cats be voice acted and just like have them make Palico noises. Because I just want them. You can enable that. Good. Oh, I want that game so bad. Please be good. Please be good. Please be the best Monster Hunter ever. Please have a really good cooking animation also. It seems to. Yes.
Danger.
Now it's Lara Croft. Naraka Blade Point X2. What?
Secret.
What?
Destiny.
How did they whitewash a white woman? Okay.
Is meant to be found.
Okay, that's a weird collaboration, but okay. My Shiranui, with all of her cup sizes.
Want a little taste of Shiranui fire?
I gotta say, I'm really lukewarm on the aesthetic of this Fatal Fury game. Like, there's something about the rendering style they've chosen that just doesn't support, like, the hyper-cartoony, like, really sort of over-the-top thing they clearly want to do with the animation. Oh, I'm always a sucker for a robot game. I do love me a mecha. Ooh, big guns. That's for the Bastion players. I love it when a mecha puts on extra bits on its armor to become more powerful. I love that. Mecha break. Oh, right, they've shown that off before.
That was a new look at Mecha Break.
I could go for that.
Mech game. Okay, next we have something exciting for fans of Monument Valley, the beautiful twisted puzzle game that we all played about a decade ago.
Yeah, exactly.
When it was first released in 2014. Well, tonight we are
Monument Valley.
Monument Valley 3 coming later this year from Us 2 in London and Netflix Games. I played this. It is an absolutely beautiful, stunning game. And we've got your first look.
It's not stunning, it's beautiful. Like, it's not... Nothing about Monument Valley is ever stunning. That's the point. It's pleasant. I really like Monument Valley, by the way. Like, I really like the MC Escher aesthetic that those games are founded on. It's just a simple bit of clever visual trickery, but it's so delightful to interact with. And aesthetically, they have, like, such a good take on a visual style that, like, matches with what the game is trying to do. Netflix Games, though. What the fuck is Netflix Games? Honestly, like, I've never interacted with it. I guess I should probably figure out how Netflix Games works. Because I do want to play Monument Valley 3.
Monument Valley 3 drops exclusively on Netflix December 10th, 2024. Now, first released in 1991, Civilization is one of the gaming
Civ. I want to see what Civ has
biggest
to offer.
franchises. And here at Gamescom, we are revealing the
This is something the Germans will get excited about. The only thing that Germans get more excited about than Civ is like Farm Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator.
from Firaxis Games.
Oh, and also Hearts of Iron, but you don't necessarily want to talk to those people.
Thank you, Shocks. Thank you, Gamescom. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 8 years since Firaxis released our last Civilization game. So
We also like games made in Germany. Yeah, well, that's true.
Tonight at Gamescom, talking about Civilization VII. Civ 7.
How are you going to make it different, though? Like, you've done...
Civ 7 is by far the biggest, most ambitious game Firaxis has ever made. Everything from its
I know
new
someone who
gameplay
works on
features
Civ 7, by the
to
way.
its
Like,
gorgeous
they haven't
new
said
art
anything about it,
style
but...
is designed to immerse you in your own journey through history. Please join us after opening night live on the Firaxis Game Twitch channel for our official gameplay showcase, where we'll deep dive into what's new in Civ 7 and finally
I was kind of hoping you'd show that to us now.
narrator.
I swear to God, if you just show us a
On behalf of the
cinematic
team at
trailer,
Firaxis
then
Games,
I'm
who's
gonna be
worked
upset.
So hard on this game, I'm so excited to finally give the world its first look at Sid Meier's Civilization VII. Please.
Sid Meier doesn't even work on these games
enjoy.
anymore, does he?
Civilization was the game that was created during a time when we were just discovering what games could be. And we said, let's put the entire history of the world.
He does.
into
Oh,
a
he's still
game
on it. I thought he
and make it
retired.
fun.
I'm glad he's still on it. Like, I'm glad that this gets to be his thing. Also, I will sink 1,000 hours into this. Like, that's just gonna happen. That's just a thing that is going to happen, inevitably. It's like the law of gravity. It's just something that will occur. I really hope it's not going to be another one of the Civ games that, like, doesn't really get good until they're, like, 9 DLCs in. It took one DLC for Civ 6 to get really good. I think it took a couple more than that, but, like, that's a valid opinion. Pure gameplay-wise, Humankind is better. I really didn't like Humankind. I really didn't vibe with it. Ah, shit. I might hop over and watch their gameplay showcase after opening night live. I want to see what they've changed. I want to see how it's supposed to be different.
We've been asking ourselves.
The Gandhi bug is hilarious. That's one of my favorite, like, little video game history facts. Is like that Gandhi, they accidentally created an underflow bug where, like, Gandhi adopts democracy, then his aggression score gets so low that it loops back around to the absolute maximum, so he starts nuking everything. And they just stuck with that. Like, they just made Gandhi the most aggressive world leader in so many Civ games after that. Wait, is that not true? My world is shattering before my eyes. What? Hang on, I need to Google this now. An urban legend? Oh, fuck! It continued until 2020 when the series creator Sid Meier confirmed that the bug would have been impossible in the original game.
The Rev 8 has landed.
Oh, what?
There's 2 bits of Starfield news for you and a confirmation of the expansion Shattered Space that is coming out on September 30th.
Darn.
Now it's time
Yeah,
for
apparently it's an urban
update
legend.
on
Damn it.
Marvel Rivals, the upcoming hero
I really
shooter
liked
from
that
Manny's
anecdote.
Games and Marvel Games. Tonight at ONL, we're revealing 2 new heroes who are joining the game.
Remember when Starfield was big? Was it ever big? I don't even upon release, I don't feel like it was big. My opinion on Marvel Rivals? I haven't played it. I haven't touched it. I have no particular opinion about it.
A new hope. The source of vibranium. The foundation of an empire.
Even the modders gave up on it. Yeah, that's the thing that, like, really sort of cemented for me that Starfield was never gonna make it.
Snap out of it, Bucky.
Is that, like, the modders abandoned it. Once that happens, like, a Bethesda game is dead forever.
Not so fast. Your battle's over. Stick around. Armed and
I don't remember Bucky having those arm. Those are like Omega Red's arm powers almost. But yeah, like, of all the Overwatch sort of riffs that have come out, all of the attempts to do, like, Overwatch shit, I feel like Marvel Rivals has, like, the better idea. Hey, Doom. Like, I feel like that has the very solid idea for how that could work. And from all the gameplay I've seen, it looks fun.
Well, I'm sure everyone who played the beta wanted to know Marvel Rivals will launch on December 6th, 2020.
Oh yeah, Jeff the Landshark. They added him a little while back.
Gamescom always strives to help the environment, and the event.
But all heroes free. That again, if you're gonna challenge Overwatch, you have to do that.
Ongoing measures to reduce CO2 emissions. Exhibitors participate in the Gamescom Goes Green initiative.
I think there was some controversy surrounding the game where AI art was used in the development. Yeah, I can imagine.
And yes, fans are planting more and more trees in the Gamescom forest. The forest has been growing since 2020 thanks to
Gamescom helping the environment. Best joke yet. Yeah.
Help, of course.
It's very much a carbon offsets sort of scheme.
And with that,
and carbon offsets just don't work.
Of the Gamescom Sustainability Award. This award celebrates an organization in the global game industry committed to sustainability and the environment. Presenting the award, please welcome back Lisa Pak with Playing for the Planet.
Okay, that was from the stream. That music is so loud. What the hell?
And hello, Gamescom. Thank you for having me again.
Well, it is our absolute pleasure, Lisa. And
people talk about hero shooters as if the genre is undersaturated. Well, is oversaturated. Well, yeah, it is oversaturated. Like, there are a lot of hero shooters out there. It's just like most of them aren't trying to compete with Overwatch, right? Like, most of them aren't trying to do anything in Overwatch's space because Overwatch was sort of, for a time, considered so fucking dominant and untouchable that, like, basically nobody wanted to compete with it. It's now that Overwatch has, like, really, really lost ground and is visibly dying at the hands of, like fucking Bobby Kotick's handling of Blizzard. That's when, like, they started greenlighting a bunch of projects that were sort of designed to try and challenge Overwatch's market dominance, and those projects aren't starting to come out until now, right? Because it takes years for that kind of game development to happen.
Those are great tips, and I already utilize some of those myself, and I hope a lot more people will. But now let's celebrate some of the amazing work already done by gaming companies.
Yes, that would be happy to do that. Anyone can set ambitious decarbonization targets.
Do RSS and Valorant count as hero shooters? Yes! Valorant is a great example, right? Like, because that's a game that took a bunch of, like, the game design of the hero shooter and then, like, shoved it into a Counter-Strike competitor instead, right? Like, in order to create something that doesn't compete directly with Overwatch in that sense and doesn't really compete, and, like, something that tries to siphon players from Counter-Strike and Overwatch rather than competing with just one of them, and then using, like, the Riot Games, like, huge market reach to sort of support that, right? Also, bringing out a guy from Tencent Games to talk about, like, environmental sustainability. Fuck off.
First of all,
with an award for that, like, come on.
How honored we are to receive this award. You know, Tencent Games encompasses a lot of things. You know,
yeah, it's greenwashing. Like all of these, all of these carbon offset things, they don't work. Like, they don't actually reduce the net amount of carbon in the atmosphere. They are basically just a way for companies to pay a small fee in order to be able to pollute as much as they want, like, without having to majorly overhaul or reform their actual operations or switch their energy consumption or reduce it or, like, transition fully to renewable sources. It sucks.
Have positive change within the industry. Thanks again, and back to the games.
Congratulations, Tencent and Brent Irvin.
Like, it's better than not doing anything, but it's not great.
That is not our only award. Everyone here and at home can vote for their favorite games playable at Gamescom in this year's Gamescom Awards. You can visit Gamescom now to help decide the winners.
Hello, Augustusson.
At 2 p.m. And the awards will then be celebrated this Friday at 2 p.m. at Gamescom Studio. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Shocks. You're doing a great job tonight. All right. We got something really special for you.
Shox is a much more charismatic presenter than Jeff is.
Love, Death, and Robots, and the co-founder of Blur Studio, Tim Miller.
Has anything hyped me up yet? Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm also interested in Civilization 6, but they didn't show anything.
Thank you, Jeff. Blur Studio has been making cinematics for over 30 years now.
Blur Studios, by the way,
like Quake, Star Wars, Warhammer, Call of Duty.
they are a respected name in the animation industry. How's Hermes doing? Oh, he is purring on my chest right now.
And every time a trailer comes online, we see hundreds and hundreds of comments from the fans, like, why don't we see
those guys are making all those games? No, they make trailers for all those games.
And we could not agree more.
Blur Studios is one of the big trailer houses for the games industry. And they make incredible animated trailers for things in a huge number of styles.
And the publishers and developers of some of the world's greatest games.
Has he jumped down and then demanded to be picked up again? Yes, twice.
Existing games, indies, and classics. So we've been working on this show for 3 years.
And apparently there's... Oh, hey, buddy. That's okay.
I cry a lot.
Like, it feels like that might be a door that, like, Fortiche opened, like, with their collaboration with Riot.
All right. We've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm very emotional because I'm so excited. And it's finally time. So please enjoy the world premiere teaser of Secret Level.
Ah, yes, so Germans will cheer for the tears of a man.
It is our love letter to games, and you can watch the series on Amazon Prime
They made...
Video on December
did they do
10th.
some of Love It? Like, they did some of Love, Death, and Robots. I think they did one of
Thank
the shorts or episodes. Okay, let's have a fucking look at this. Oh, we're doing some Space Marine shit already.
It's time. This world has waited for your arrival. It is you.
Oh, they're doing an anthology from all... Oh, shit. That could be pretty fucking cool.
All those moments. It's a new adventure.
Was that Mega Man?
Just for you.
Hang on, I didn't see Mega Man there for a second, did I? Am I crazy? I'm not crazy, it's Mega Man! Like, the protagonist of Sifu as well, and like... Warhammer. Mega Man? Yes?
Come in. You have a game to play.
I am on board? This feels like it's pandering exclusively specifically to me.
Young hero, the gods have taken an interest in your odyssey. Try not to disappoint us.
I'm on board with that. I'm gonna fucking watch that. I need to see that.
No matter what armies you face, what power you wield, or what creatures you unleash, we trust you will find a way.
There was a bunch of people on Twitter who sort of made the accusation that Age of Mythology had, like, AI art in its assets. And looking at it, they really fucking didn't. Like, they were just kind of... Like, they were just assets that looked kind of bad. But it wasn't AI art, and it's really fucking annoying that people keep jumping to AI art anytime something doesn't look quite right, rather than actually trying to make an assessment of what the thing is, because it makes it harder and harder to actually talk about the problems with AI art. Yeah, like, people don't know how to identify AI art at all. Like, everyone thinks they can, but people fucking don't.
Play it day one with Game Pass. The tower is the only sanctuary we have left. Together, we can give our people the hope we need to survive.
Yeah, a little beat-em-up game. That's nice. Sometimes art is just bad, no AI necessary. Yeah, like that's the thing, is like sometimes a studio just makes assets that don't look very good. Sometimes it's a bad case of photo bashing, right? Like sometimes it's like an artist who was overworked and didn't have time to actually finish their project and it just got shoved out the door. Like all kinds of things can happen to make the art not look very good.
The conflict between the Alsara Guard and Havoc threatens the balance of the world.
If you can play as the crocodile, I'm in.
A tempest of disorder, sowing chaos wherever it roams. But we are home to strike at their very core.
Ooh, this feels
Havoc has cutting-edge technology, but is built on exploitation and suffering. United, we will plunge into the chaos.
like the whole African warlord thing is
Of peace. We are GTI. No one gets left behind.
Which we are announcing is coming to Steam Next Fest in October in advance of its early access release later this year. All right, let's head back to the Middle Ages for a new look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with its authentic rendition of 15th
of course the
century
Germans
Bohemia
cheer for
as
that.
an action role-playing game.
I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, and if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences.
I intend to wage war, not parley.
Everything all right?
Hey? We need more people. The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
Yeah, I've heard the developers of that game are kind of shitheads in a lot of ways. I don't know enough about it to really comment though.
Will you help us, Henry?
I will say the aesthetic is like, it's pretty, I guess, but it doesn't really feel like it has much of an interest in it beyond just depiction. Cool sword fighting moves though.
I like that boy already.
A Gamescom trailer for the gameplay trailer.
Much
Okay.
more from that game coming this week during Gamescom. Now, last month, the ARPG Zenless Zone Zero was released from Hoyoverse, and now we've got the debut of a brand new area of new Eridu. Check it out.
Ah, more Hoyoverse. Okay. I genuinely feel so frustrated with Hoyo games a lot of the time, because there's so much good about them. It's just because they are gacha, right? Like, because they rely on these characters have to sell through like a banner where people have to wail, right, for the rare pulls. The commercial pressure that's on the way that they design their characters just, it keeps regressing to such a lowest common denominator that I just like, oh my god, like, there's such an opportunity for something more interesting in so many cases here, and they just never go for it because everything is structured around that gacha pressure. Yeah, like, Zenless Zone Zero has better character design than the previous Hoyo games that I've engaged with. Like, it has more variety. But it's still, like, look at every single female character in this trailer, right? It's still like that one singular beauty ideal being replicated uncritically over and over and over again without even, I'm not even saying that there needs to be like an ugly character. I think that would be cool. But in the sense, like, maybe we could explore more than one beauty ideal. Like, maybe there's more than one way to do like a really cool, horny, sexy character design. Maybe we could do like more than one of those kinds of character, right? Like, even if we're only gonna go with pandering.
2 swords, one black and one white.
Wow, so powerful. Almost equal to General Fei Shao.
The only brown character has gray skin. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You do? I know all her deeds on the battlefield by heart, such as when General Fei Shao fought her way in and out of enemy ranks 7 times. With a single strike, she knocked down 100 enemies. 1,000. No, 10,000.
She could raise
You're
entire
exaggerating.
cities,
My
leaving
mom told me
nothing
about
but
this.
rubble.
Right? It's like, it's the same girl copy-pasted with a different costume. And that's the thing about, like, a lot of this character design. A lot of this is, like, the characters aren't really characters, right? Like, their bodies don't really matter. The bodies are just a way of carrying a really complicated costume around. And that's like, there's such an opportunity to do more.
Do you know how to get to the seat of divine foresight?
That's the frustrating thing, is like, Hoyoverse could do so much more aesthetically. It could push some boundaries, it could take some risks. They have, like, they make billions. Like, it's not like they're in any position where they're not going to be profitable next year, right?
Space fantasy of Honkai Star Rail and Fei Shao, a female general known for her prowess in martial arts. Okay, now we're heading to the Arkhamverse for Batman Arkham Shadow. It arrives later this
Wait, there's
year.
another Arkham game on the way?
Completely new Arkham story exclusive to MetaQuest 3.
Oh, VR. Okay, I see.
I have to say the team, Camouflage, has done an incredible job bringing the world and combat into VR. And here,
I don't want to play Arkham games, and I especially don't want to play their combat in VR. Are you kidding me? Have you seen how Batman flies around in fucking Arkham games? I don't want to do that in VR. I don't want to vomit.
This rat cult spreads through Gotham like a plague.
Oh, they hired a voice actor to do an impression. Oh.
Even if it consumes me.
The corrupt system has failed you. Are you not angry? Fight back.
It's the freaking bat! We aren't afraid of you! The bat dies tonight!
It must have been a challenge. An incredible challenge to make this.
Foot soldier in his own fanatical mob.
To make this look like tolerable in VR.
Targets are all city employees, civil servants, public officials.
Also, why is the Riddler and Harley? Is this like a prequel thing?
You could have been a god.
You don't calm down. Someone's going to die.
Alfred, we tried it your way. Now we do it mine.
Something big's going down tonight.
Because, like, if Barbara is already Oracle, then how the hell is Harleen Quinzel not Harley Quinn?
Our rage, our fears. It feeds the shadow deep inside us.
You're everything that's wrong with Gotham. I'm done holding back.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't really play VR games. I haven't tried them, so I don't know what's good or bad. I can't really tell if it's good or bad. But, yeah. Only on MetaQuest 3. It is just a little sad that they hired a guy to do a Kevin Conroy impression. I don't really like that.
Trailer was buzzing, and the whole city is buzzing during this week of games. And this weekend, the heart of our beloved gaming metropolis Cologne will transform into the vibrant Gamescom City Festival. There will be great music on 3 stages in the city center of Cologne on both days with another 100,000 guests. Now, if you haven't been there yet, you should definitely go and check it out. That is what's happening in Cologne, and also people from more than 100 countries are here.
I want a cyberpunk Batman Beyond game. Yeah, but that will be cool and good, and Warner Brothers doesn't know how to do cool and good.
The first Gamescom LATAM took place in June and exceeded all of our expectations with over 100,000 fans immersed in the gaming universe. It was a fantastic show, and next year it's going to be even bigger. And
will the VOD be on YouTube later? Yes.
Asia
Yes, it will.
returns this October. You can join in on the fun and the entertainment area to find out all about the games, the stage shows, cosplay, and much, much more.
Weird place for a gaming event. Usually gamers don't like Cologne. Aw.
On October 17th. Now, who is ready for another world premiere?
They rejected doing Batman Beyond in the Spider-Verse style. I am still so mad about that. How does anyone say no to the Spider-Verse team? How does anyone say no to them about anything ever? How does everyone not just say yes to everything they want to do forever for always? Oh, here's Little Nightmares, I guess. It's amazing we get 2 Little Nightmares 3 games in the same Gamescom. From the publishers of Firewatch. It's like, that's reaching a little bit. Ooh, I like that character design. Oh no. Oh no, it's a Last Guardian thing. Oh no. Either the monster dies or the kid dies. Either way, oh no. I really do like those character designs, though. Those are some nice monsters. So it's like a herding game? Yeah, you're herd. You're... Ah. So you're a herdsman. You're herding your monster group up a mountain to like a journey thing. Oh, okay, cool. I could get into that.
You guys like that one? That's a beautiful game, Herdling from Panic and Okomotive, and I'm so glad we could share that with you tonight. All right, Gamescom, we have a special guest joining us next. I grew up playing his games, and many of you did too. Titles like Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Magic Carpet, Theme Park,
Wait,
Black
really?
and White, and Fable. And tonight he's here to reveal his brand new game,
It
which
can't
he's
be.
secretly been working on for the past 3 years. Please join me, Gamescom, in welcoming to ONL, Peter Molyneux.
Oh my god, the liar man is going to come on and lie again. Peter Molyneux, and this is saying something, he is the biggest liar in the games industry. He is the lying man's liar. He is the lyingest lying man who has ever lied about any lie ever.
it is to be here on the stage with Jeff.
Yes, Peter.
He's amazing.
I don't think it's his NFT game. He tried to make that happen for a bit.
In London, I was like, "What are you working on?" You're like, "Well, I've actually been working on a game for a number of years."
Listen, Molyneux is a big deal in the games industry. Like, his history, his pedigree, the games he's worked on, like the projects he's genuinely been in charge of that have been amazing.
After messing around on mobile, what the hell was I doing? I thought to myself, I need to come.
Like, he has like genuine pedigree, right? It's just that for the past like 20 years or so, all he's been doing is announce a project, lie through his ass about what the project is and what's in it, and then like never deliver on the project that he promised ever.
With Fable, and this is what I'm showing tonight.
And to your credit, you've self-funded this project yourself. You put together a team of a lot.
Oh no, Tommy Tallarico doesn't even come close to how much Peter Molyneux has lied.
That is, I needed to bring the old team back together again, so I'm working with people.
Yeah, don't trust anything he says. Like, don't give him a cent of your money until the game is finished and out. Like, maybe then, maybe.
And Fable. Anyway, let's have a look at Masters of Albion.
All right, here's the world premiere.
But
Masters of
absolutely do not pay him any money. Do not pre-order anything ever with this man.
This is Masters of Albion. We're a team of 20 people dedicated to making something new, unique, and different.
No, Peter Molyneux lies, Cool Bond. Like, he says things that he knows is not true.
World of Albion,
and then he says, like, once he's caught lying, once people call him out on promising things that are never delivered, he goes, well, I mean, I just thought we'd be able to do more with what we had, but unfortunately it didn't come together. And he's done that like 500 million times.
You're tasked with building the town up.
At some point, it's not just that the man is like bad at communicating. It's at some point he's lying, and that point was like 15 years ago.
You can design anything.
But he's clearly going for like his old
the weapons they use,
Bullfrog, Black and White, Lionhead Studios thing here.
Behind every creation. I can even feed them rats. My town's working hard to make their food. I can help out, or not. I can also design, customize, and create.
This is such an alpha. Like, look at the UI for this game. Look at the text. This is so early in development. Do not pay any money. Do not do early access for this. Don't do it.
And now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion. And this is my hero's time to shine. You don't have to play in God mode. At any point, you can possess a character and play in third person.
Yeah, he's definitely riffing on Dungeon Keeper and
complete control. And now it's time to fight.
Because like that kind of game, I could definitely get into this exact kind of game. But it's Peter Molyneux. You cannot give him any money until it's out. Until it's finished,
okay,
you can't trust a word the man is saying.
Now, let's design a better weapon for my hero. You can be as silly as you want, but bread swords just won't cut it. This is just a glimpse of Masters of Albion, an open-world God game full of combat, choices, mystery, and story. It's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the black and white, and he's going for like Dungeon Keeper, as aesthetic references. Oh, cool! They made Squid Game into a video game, a party game for Twitch streamers. Great. God, this really is such a Squid Game is really such a Torment Nexus thing, right? It's like we made the Netflix series Squid Game about how horrible it would be if someone created Squid Game, and then immediately everyone from Mr. Beast to Netflix Games to Amazon went, we have finally created the amazing game Squid Game from the hit Netflix show. Don't create Squid Game, you fucking morons. It looks to be mostly just a Fall Guys riff, though. Which, you know. Ha, Terminator reference. We have finally created the Torment Nexus.
I've been here before. In the fold. Countless times. Who I was. Who I might
Is that
become.
performance capture or is that live action? That's actually very, very...
In motion.
I think it's live action.
It is time to
Yeah.
awaken.
And then we swap over into... Yeah, okay, I see. Still have no idea what this game is. Like, is it primarily an action game? Is it primarily like a exploration sort of game? What is it? There was something in there about possessing people's bodies, I think. I don't know.
A journey to step into the unknown.
Unknown 9 Awakening. Of course, it has a deluxe edition and a pre-order bonus. Wait, I have seen that game before? I don't think I have. I have? I think it was at Summer Games Fest. Oh, okay. I believe you. Is this like an extraction game? Kind of looks like one. Oh, I don't... I do like the little conceit of having little green army men on the table. That's kind of cute. Fairly good environment design as well. Like the way they use the lighting. Just not my kind of game, so I don't really have much to say about this.
Arena Breakout Infinite is now available in early access with the full release coming at the end of the year. Now, over the years, Blizzard has been a
I wonder if you get a trailer for Arcane tonight. I don't think so.
We are thrilled to welcome them back for the first time since 2019. And to tell us more, here's the president of Blizzard, Johanna Faris.
Oh, okay. What's Blizzard here to do? World of Warcraft things? I guess. What have they been working on?
Hello.
Welcome to
I like the
Gamescom.
pants.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us on behalf of Blizzard. This is such a massive moment, but it's such a special time to be sharing it here with everyone at Gamescom.
Overwatch 3, yeah.
Really
Oh, it's the Diablo 4 expansion.
Well,
yeah,
we're
probably.
Very glad to have you guys back. And I know you got a big booth with Xbox, right?
We do, yes. And come on by if you're here all week long. We're proud of it. But it's also a particularly big moment for Warcraft. We have celebrations and anniversaries galore.
World of Warcraft has genuinely been great for the last 2 years. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Very big milestone for World of Warcraft this year.
Yes, speaking of World of Warcraft, The War Within, its global launch is coming up very soon this month, right?
Yes, it is, and we're just days away from the
Heart of the Storm revival. That would be funny.
August 26th, it's go time for that, and in 2 days, we'll actually open up early access.
Or
for
Heroes of
players
the Storm,
who are
not Heart.
psyched about it. Come on in and join. And I just want to say it's masterful work from the team. The World Soul Saga opens up such ambitious creative territory for us, arguably some of the most ambitious we've ever seen since WoW initially released 20 years ago. And we can't wait to embark on it and share it with players.
Yeah, it's very exciting that this month is time for that. But I know this is, you said, there's so many Warcraft anniversaries, Blizzard anniversaries, Warcraft anniversaries. How can players be a part of this?
Yeah, there's a ton of ways we're going to be able to celebrate, so we definitely hope that you join us. There will be in-game events that commence in October, so there will be more details on that, but players will be able to earn really cool
Still
in-game
salty that they
rewards,
scrapped the story mode for
and we'll
Overwatch
be
2. Yeah, they
finding some
shat the bed on
creative ways to
Overwatch so
celebrate the
hard.
history of
I still
Azeroth
cannot
together.
believe how hard they shat the bed on
Be on the
Overwatch.
lookout for our very first Warcraft Direct, where the team will share more in the coming months on all the things going on for the Warcraft universe.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Now, I was wondering about, all the other Blizzard teams. Are they going to get in and celebrate these anniversaries too?
They are. There'll be some nice surprises along the way, but I do want to shout out tonight the Overwatch 2 team.
Okay.
They've been doing some amazing work to show their...
The reason the story mode was scrapped was Bobby Kotick changing stuff. Well, it's more than Kotick. It wasn't just Bobby Kotick. It was more complicated than that.
We wanted to share tonight
But
with all of you a sneak
what
peek.
Bobby Kotick did was that he bet the farm. What?
She's embracing her allegiance for the Horde as Sylvanas Windrunner. So be on the lookout
Wait,
for more
what?
details from the Overwatch team on that.
Oh, Widowmaker is
thanks for
getting
bringing
a
little scoop along
Sylvanas
with you.
skin.
That's
Okay, cool.
fantastic.
Now
let's move to another franchise.
Bobby Kotick
It
bet
has
the
a
farm on
big year.
esports.
Diablo.
Like, they bet the farm on Overwatch becoming the next big esport. And, like, taking advantage of, like, the esports bubble that existed back then. Everything got shifted towards that competitive environment. Everything about the game's development, everything about, like everything that happened. And that's why the story got scrapped and shat on, right, so much. Because they just abandoned it. Like, corporate just completely abandoned it. And then the bubble burst. Yeah, like, then it turned out that, like, you can't ask people to pay $25 million for a slot in the Overwatch League, right? Because the Overwatch League isn't worth that much money, ultimately, in terms of engagement and, like, merch sales. Anyway, let's watch this Blizzard trailer, I guess. They're usually very good.
Suffering, desolation, horror. This is the road we know in Sanctuary. However, some of us have taken a different path. Bound by secrecy.
Okay, so it's not a high grade Blizzard trailer.
Seek us out. My shield is your protection. There was a time we fought the vilest of Sanctuary.
You fools get uglier and uglier.
Until we were left with only our inner demons. But the return of hatred has pulled us back into the light.
Your blood feeds my blade.
Oh yeah, the art is beautiful. It's just, normally with a Blizzard trailer you expect like the big, super high-rendered cinematic.
Why we fight.
Please, no. Stay away.
All the fury that burns within us.
Is that a new class? That's kind of cool.
I will not let you down.
Stay back.
See it. Shoot it.
I've heard Diablo 4 got really good after some like relatively recent changes that they made, like that really rebalanced the whole thing. But the thing is, like, for me, it's like I loved Diablo for the story, the narrative.
Your vengeance. I am your rage.
We are the pale hand, and we are the reason you need never.
And I just don't get that much out of like the fucking like the slot machine thing. I don't get that much out of just like grinding for better gear so you can fight higher level monsters and grind for better gear so you can fight higher level monsters and grind for better gear. It just doesn't hook me, unfortunately.
That looks great. Thanks for the sneak peek.
Of course, and it's my esteemed pleasure to introduce Brent Gibson, game director of Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred.
Yes, Monster Hunter Wilds trailer happened a while back.
The team and I are so proud that Diablo 4 is the type of game that has something for all gamers. And in Vessel of Hatred, it's no exception. We are hard at work at adding new ways to play and new ways to grow in power. Like mercenaries. Ordinary people with extraordinary skills that you can hire to fight alongside you in your battle against hell.
Oh, they aren't even new classes? Aw.
Undercity, an all-new multi-layered dungeon that gives you the control on the types of challenges you're going to see, as well as the rewards you may get. And we also have the Dark Citadel, our brand new co-op PvE dungeon that challenges everything you know about combat in Diablo through a gauntlet of multiplayer puzzles and mechanics. We're talking about all of it right here at Gamescom. And so stay tuned if you want to see all the things that you're going to see in Vessel of Hatred.
The new class will come in that expansion.
October
Yeah.
8th, and I hope to see every single one of you on the floor all the way through the show. So thank you very much. See you on the floor.
I'll probably play the story of the new expansion because I'm curious to see what will happen
Now
to.
we're heading to the hardcore action role-playing world of the first Berserker Kazan, set for 2025 release. Intense combat meets breathtaking 3D cell animation in a brutal world from Nexon. Coming to PC and console, let's witness the chaos that awaits.
Okay, let's see.
Two wolves who defeated the beast will tear into the neck of the aged lion.
For years, I faced unrelenting fury. Made countless sacrifices.
Anime Edgeman.
The result of my devotion was betrayal.
Yeah, this is sort of like, what if Diablo was anime, kind of, a little bit. Aesthetically, I mean.
At this rate, you will die. Emperor, you will pay for this. Join me, Blade Phantom. Then I will help you.
Is this based on an anime or something? Like, it feels like the trailer is assuming you have a greater familiarity with the subject matter than it's willing to impart. DNF Duel. Ah, I see.
Has been formed.
The constraints of the past are history. Here, you rule the way you've always wanted. Your choices will remake the world. And
This is another 4X, I guess?
to triumph.
Yep, it's a 4X. It's not Civ, right? Like, they already did a thing for Civ.
It's your world now.
It's Ara History Untold. Okay, well,
Play it day one with PC Game Pass.
Follow my lead!
Shut up! You can't even run properly!
Wait, why did those skeletons fall over when you shot them with arrows? I've heard nothing about Dark and Darker, so I don't have any opinion on it.
Dark and Darker Mobile is now available for global pre-registration. Now from NetEase Games, this next trailer is a new life simulation game where players can travel among super-powered worlds to craft their island and engage with friends. Let's take a look.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's disgustingly adorable. Oh, we're doing an Animal Crossing thing, it looks like. I like the creature design, actually. Okay, any game where you can get struck by lightning is kind of funny to me. That is very adorable, I will say. Very blatant ripoff of the cat bus from Totoro, though. Wait, is this from Hoyo as well? It's from NetEase. Yeah, I thought they said NetEase.
All right, we got another game to show you, which will take you on an epic global adventure. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Check this out.
Now, are you just gonna show us another 10-minute cutscene?
What if I told you there was a connection between ancient cultures around the world?
Okay, so it's a first-person game then.
Great Circle. Does it
Baby.
exist? Is it the key to
Hi.
some
Oh,
lost
yes.
power?
Hello. Hi.
That's up to you to
Hi,
uncover.
sweetie. You want to climb on my microphone? Okay. Well, sure.
I'm Troy Baker, and I play Indy. It's humbling playing a character that so many people, myself included, look up to. As a kid, seeing Indiana Jones in the theater for the first time was a defining moment for me.
What are you doing,
I
baby?
would have guessed that all these years later, I would be the one wearing the hat.
What are you doing?
Here I am. It's been a dream come true. A dream that I cannot wait for you to live for yourselves. The beauty of a first-person game like this is that we all get to feel what it's like to become Indy. You are the one who cracks the whip, who feels the weight of every punch and the thrill of finding every clue. Indy is such a unique character. Professor.
Why? Okay, hi, sweetie. Hi, Hermes.
A brawler.
What are you doing?
Explorer, the quintessential all-around adventure.
He just wants to sit on my microphone arm. But I have to hold him so he doesn't fall down. But he just wants to sit on it.
Hard-hitting action. It's a world of constant danger.
Yeah, hi.
You've got to think on your feet to stay alive. The Great Circle spans the entire globe, from snake-filled jungle temples to scorpion-riddled desert tombs. Stunning, open.
You have to get down from a microphone arm, baby. Sorry.
Full of secrets for you to discover. And you'll get more than just the classic whip and revolver. Indy's journal and his camera.
The thing I'm curious about with this game is, like, how much do you actually get to do adventure archaeology, and how much of the gameplay is focused around, like, combat and shooting things, and...
Those details are your key to solving the ancient puzzles that hold the secrets you're after.
Clearly the game is not going to engage with, like, the colonialism inherent to Indiana Jones.
This is an incredible new way to experience Indiana Jones, and I can't wait for you.
Which, like, but so long as you get to kill Nazis, it's not all bad. Does owning a cat and rats ever feel stress-inducing? No, because we don't have rats anymore. We didn't get cats until our rats had passed on.
To explore, but you're probably wondering when the game comes out, right? Well,
December, okay. Because I am curious about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Like, it's been a long time since I've been a really good Indiana Jones. Well, rats don't live that long, Glishmail. They live for maybe 2 years if you're lucky. That's part of the reason why we didn't get new rats afterwards, is that we've had rats for, like, several years now, and it gets heartbreaking to lose them so often. Rats don't get much older than 2 years. Like 3 years if you're really lucky. But most of them, like, they start to get cancers around a year and a half old.
Spring of 2025. All right, before we wrap up O&L, we do have one final game announcement for you. Check this out.
Okay, what's the big one then? Jeff Leff. Keely Mealy.
It's a brotherhood. Treachery. And deceit do not exist among us.
Okay, Jesus, Cain, Abel.
Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this?
Is this Assassin's Creed? Is it Mafia? What the hell is it? The Order. Mafia. Okay, it's Mafia. I guess. Is that in the same series as the other Mafia games, or is this like a new IP? It is from 2K, so.
President of Hangar 13. What you just saw is the first early look at Mafia: The Old Country, a thrilling story set in 1900 Sicily during the origins of the Mafia.
It's a prequel.
We're going back to the roots of what fans love about the Mafia franchise.
Playing as the Mafia in Sicily is a new thing. Like, that's most Mafia games take place in the US.
Built on our players' passion for the franchise, and we're so proud to return to Mafia with The Old Country. We can't wait to show you all more. Thanks for watching.
That was a fun surprise, right? All right, well, that is a wrap on Opening Night Live from here in Cologne, Germany. And we hope to see you again this December,
now my other cats are coming in.
12th, when the Game Awards streams live everywhere for our 10th anniversary show. It is going to be a very special night. As we'll give you a sense
Hi,
of where
Artemis.
games are going in the next
She's in
decade.
her
We don't
cuddle
wanna say
mood,
much
so
now,
she's all
but
over me now.
Trust me, it's going to be a very special show. All right, well, thanks again to my co-host, Shocks. Didn't she do a great job?
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was really great to be here. I hope everyone had an amazing time. And can I say something in German too?
Let's do it.
Don't want to show you up, but vielen Dank, ihr Lieben. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet eine super, super Zeit und viel Spaß auf der Gamescom.
Well done, German, as opposed to mine. I'm learning. All right. Thanks so much, Shocks. Thanks to everyone. Enjoy Gamescom. Have a great night.
Okay, I want to check out the... my cats... No. Oh, my God. Okay, hang on. Wait. I want to check out the civilization thing that they said they were gonna do. Because, like, as I remember Mafia, like, it's weird that they ended it with that one, because as I remember Mafia, it was kind of a lesser sort of GTA riff, right? Like, it was a sort of game that sort of tried to play on the popularity of GTA with, like, a sort of Mafia story thing. And I don't remember it being that popular. Mafia started development before GTA 3. Really? Oh, that's interesting. There's a Monster Hunter Wild stream for the next 3 days, including gameplay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like, I don't want to watch too much Monster Hunter footage and gameplay and preview shit, because it's just gonna make me absolutely fucking feral for a game I can't have. Have all three cats claimed their cuddle space? No, Artemis now is on the desk in front of me, blocking my access to my keyboard. Purring and rolling over and... Hi, yes, I know, sweetie, hi. And demanding cuddles. Hermes left. And Apollo is around here somewhere doing something he's not supposed to be doing, I'm sure. Hi. Oh, hi. Yes, you want to climb up? Okay, alright. Yeah. Okay, yes. Did I play Monster Hunter Rise? Yes! For many, many hundreds of hours. Artemis felt it was important that I have her tail in my mouth for a second there. There's a big Mafia fan base in Eastern Europe. That's cool. Hi, sweetie. Yes. when she's in her cuddle mood, it happens every night, like around 10 p.m. midnight until midnight. She's in a cuddle mood where she just wants to climb on me and purr and shove her ass in my face. In half an hour? You said it was going to be right after opening night. What the hell? Out of curiosity, have you played Final Fantasy XII? Yes. I have played every single Final Fantasy game except for 11. I don't think Jeff told anyone how long the show was going to be. Even official co-streamers didn't know. Yeah. I've never played any Monster Hunter games. I only tried a 3DS demo and didn't understand anything. Yeah, that's normal. Like the 3DS versions of Monster Hunter, like Monster Hunter traditionally had a big problem with like accessibility to new players because they have historically did a very bad job of explaining themselves. I would play Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter Rise if you want to try and get into it, because those games like do a much better job of like bringing you in. Yeah, Rise's tutorial and onboarding is really good. Any plans on doing armor reviews for Monster Hunter? It's one of the things I have in the, like, it's one of the things I'm thinking about doing for, like, shorts, yes. That new spider design looked sick. Yes, holy shit. I really like that spider monster. It's called Lalabarina. Oh, cool. But yeah, like, the older Monster Hunter games are still good. It's just, they don't onboard you at all. Like, you have to fight to figure out how to play those games. I feel like I'm getting more and more out of touch with gaming as these showcases don't excite me anymore like the E3 ones used to.
One singular vision.
I mean, yeah, but that's not just you. That's also because these things are changing, right? Like, the games industry has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and like it's making more and more and more money. And like games budgets have inflated to an insane degree. Like, absolutely fucking unhinged. Because the games industry makes more money than movies, right? Like, it makes more money than music. It is the biggest entertainment industry on the planet. And so every single AAA game, all of the big games, the kinds of games that are announced at a place like Gamescom, like, they can't be pitched to a niche audience when they are that expensive to make. They have to target as many human beings as possible, right? They have to get as many customers as possible to even have a chance of making back their budget. And so a lot of games have, like, they default to the lowest common denominator a lot. Like, this crop of trailers here, we got a lot of, like, this is a third-person action game you can play on PC or console, and it has fighting, and it has, like, roguelike mechanic, or it has everything for everyone. Every game has to some extent, try to be everything to everyone, right? And all of the games, because the industry is so risk-averse in general, games have a tendency to be like, well, that thing is popular, so we make another thing that's like the popular thing, and then it's a safe bet, right? Then it's a safe bet that there's a market for this kind of experience. And so, like, yeah, like, these games have homogenized a lot, right? And this is not to say that, like, the games industry hasn't always had clones and, like, homogeneity in that sense, but, like, the AAA space, which is what is at Gamescom, which is what it is at a place like the Game Awards, it is very homogenized. It is very lowest common denominator. That's why these showcases aren't super exciting anymore, and haven't been for a long time. It's also because we're all older, right? Like, it's also because we're all older. We've seen it all before. Like, fewer things are new to us now. But it is also that the games industry is ossifying. Right? It's enshittification. Oh, Nicky boy, hello. It's enshittification, right? Like, it's the rot economy. It is give us your lunch money. You think I have lunch money? I'm a YouTuber. Nicky boy, how rich do they think you are? Like, the games industry, and just for those, hey, thanks for the subscription, Nicky boy. I've been awake for nearly 24 hours. I must go get groceries. You must go to bed. You must, like, no, fuck your groceries. Go to bed. What the hell? Dude. Oh my god. Please take care of yourself, man. But yeah, if you're just joining me, I'm sitting here waiting for half an hour for them to show some Civilization VII gameplay. So if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome to. You are very welcome to. But mostly, I'm sitting here talking about how the games industry is ossifying and everything's getting worse and everything's bad, and we should all just get depressed and sad about the future. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, the games industry, for all that the AAA sphere has just gotten more and more, like, commercialized and more, like, homogenous and less interesting, fucking indie games nowadays, right? Indie games, man. Like, indie games nowadays. Holy shit, indie games. The shit that we get with indies nowadays is astonishing. It's amazing. Like there's a game out like in early access called Cataclysmo, which is like it's this like weird combination of like tower defense. Like it's a really interesting riff on. Yeah. Can you do that? No. Right. My flatmate is ill, and the cats need to be fed, so I need to do that. But like Cataclysmo is like fantastic. It's a really cool take on like tower defense. Dredge came out like I think last year, was it? Which like holy shit, Dredge is amazing. Right? Like there's so many good games coming out. Like there's so much cool, innovative work being done. It's just not being done in the AAA space so much anymore. Anyway, I have to go feed the cats, because it's way past their feeding time, actually. So you guys just sit here and watch this timer countdown for a while, and I'll be back later and we'll talk more.
The world around us changes, so must we. Plan each move carefully, for you'll either stand the test of time or your history.
Okay, cats have been fed. So, how's everyone doing? Oh, we're talking about Bayetu. Yeah, like that song became like a mainstream hit when it was released. They showed Orara on an indie showcase. Right, I heard about that. That's the little music simulator game, right? Like the little sort of music puzzle. Yeah, the little melody crafting game. That's really cool and fun. But anyway, before I left, we were talking about like cool games in the indie space, and there were a couple that I wanted to bring up that I've been sort of getting into lately. Like I've been playing Vaporum and Legend of Grimrock, which are genuinely fantastic. Like they're really old school dungeon crawling games, and they're really fucking good. Like if you just crave like the grid based movement dungeon exploration kind of game, Legend of Grimrock and Vaporum are just like, it scratches that itch so fucking good. They also announced Grimrock 2. No, Legend of Grimrock 2 has been out for like years. Do you mean Legends of Grimrock 3? Finland mentioned. Yes. Am I gonna play Metal Gear Solid Delta? Probably not. Like, I mean, not for content anyway. Mostly because I don't have time. Like right now, I'm really, because I did the fucking ADHD thing where I overcommitted to a lot of things that I shouldn't have committed to, and I didn't have time for. Speaking of Baba Yetu. It is a really good song. What videos am I working on right now? I'm working on a video about splash art. Like, I'm doing some splash art reviews for, like, a list sort of format video. I'm gonna be doing the beautiful animation touches of Arcane Act 3. I wanna do that before, like, Season 2 drops. I want to finish reviewing the animation of Season 1. And I'm doing, like, my Elden Ring video, and I'm trying to sort of cut back on the things that I'm committed to doing that take up so much of my time, because it's an ADHD thing. Like when your ADHD is going, like when you're sparking, when you're on, like when you're focused and shit, you commit to so many fucking things. Like it feels like you can do everything so easily, and you commit to way too many things, and it turns out like you can't do everything so easily, right? And then you burn out, and then you crash. And I've been trying to, and I've been in that cycle for like the last 20 years, where I commit to too much. I do a whole bunch of things, but then I burn myself the fuck out, and I crash for like months, and then I have to sort of build myself up again. That's been my cycle for years. I'm trying to break out of it. And so I'm trying to scale back on the things that I'm committed to. So like, I'm doing Elden Ring, the boss designs of Elden Ring right now. I'm gonna keep doing like some simple videos about like some League of Legends stuff to sort of serve that audience. I'm doing my Shorts channel, and then I just want to finish a couple of Let's Plays over on my Let's Play channel, right? Like I want to finish Baldur's Gate 3 over on my Let's Play channel first. Once I've done that, that's when I'm gonna go back to Final Fantasy 16, right? Like that'll be next on my list. I'm gonna finish up Final Fantasy 16, and then I'm gonna finish like some things that I had going. I'm gonna get those out of the way first, and then I'm gonna commit to some more things. Oh, Dungeons of Dreadrock 2, The Dead King's Secret. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let me just find that on Steam and wishlist it. Yeah, that looks interesting. I'll fucking wishlist that. Do you think you'll do any what's the deal with? I'm not gonna plan any. Like I said, I'm trying to scale back on my commitment. So right now it's like what I'm working towards is splash art video, and then the beautiful animation touches of Arcane Act 3, right? Like I wanna I want to finish that before the new season comes out. Then the new season of Arcane is going to come out, and God only knows how many videos I want to make about that, right? So I don't want to plan beyond that. Weren't you also playing the second FF7 remake? Yes! I have many things that I have started that I haven't finished. But like right now, I don't want to commit to anything beyond what I'm doing already, right? So like, what's the deal videos? I don't know. I have a what's the deal with Samus Aran video in my head. Sort of a script with a bunch of outlines I've done. I have a what's the deal video with the Fire Emblem Three Houses protagonists, like Edelgard and like Dimitri and Claude, that I kind of want to work on. But that's all just scripts that I'm like sort of trying to plan out and figure out what I want to do. And for that Fire Emblem video, I'm probably going to have to replay the game to capture footage and like sort of refine my thoughts about it.
Against all odds.
So that's sort of a bigger project, and that's going to take a while. So like I have a lot of things, like I have God, like I can bring up my fucking... No, does that show on stream? No, it doesn't. Hang on. I can show you like my list of like... Let me see. Yeah, here we go. So this is the script for the Beauty and Splash Art video that I'm working on right now. It's 6,000 words long, and I am like halfway through it. We got the beautiful animation touches of Arcane Act 3. Then I have a Final Fantasy VIII video essay that I'm sort of trying to sketch out for. I want to remake one of my old videos about Bleach. Because I think I have a much better version of that video. It's one of my very, very old videos that I want to revisit about like how Bleach changed and why that changed me. I have a video essay in mind about Judith and Holofernes, which is like a biblical story, and the way like because there's a specific representation, a visualization of the story of Judith and Holofernes from the Bible that recurs a lot in modern art, and in pop art over and over again, and I really want to do a video essay about like how these things echo. I don't know exactly what I was planning with this one. I think I just wanted to take a look at a bunch of League of Legends character models and sort of like analyze and review them. I want to do a video essay about bad webcomics. Like bad in... I can't put quotation marks in the titles of these things on Obsidian, but I wanted to do a video essay about that. Like to talk about like webcomics and webcomic culture and what it was. Then I wanted to do a sort of a what's the deal with Superman video, or a video about like Superman as a character design, right? Then there's the what's the deal with Edelgard. Then there's what's the deal with Samus Aran. Did I have anything left in 2023? No, I think I did all of those. These are the scripts for my Building a Better videos. I had an idea for doing a Building a Better Olaf. Olaf is one of the character designs I feel like we could do a lot with. On like a Building a Better thing. Yeah. I had something I wanted to do for Battle Academia. I wanted to do Cassante. I sort of did a little bit of outlining for that one. I wanted to do Melio back when he came out. But as you can see here, I just literally just copied the Cassante script, and I didn't actually do anything sort of might as well just fucking delete this. Didn't really do anything to build it out anymore. What are you doing? Okay. I wanted to do What's the Deal with Neela, because she's really interesting. I really like Neela, actually, as a character. Never finished that one. Yeah, so I have a bunch of shit that I'm trying to work on. Say hello to the window where my avatar is currently playing back. Where the hell is that?
At the precipice
there we go.
Of a new age. Our forces are stronger and wiser than ever before.
If you utter the word Superman in the YouTube essay, you'll summon Red and Blue for OSP. I would love to collaborate with Overly Sarcastic Productions at some point. That's one of the like the dream collabs. If I ever get big enough to collaborate with other YouTubers, that's would love to do that. I actually this is another thing. I actually have a video in my head, like half of a script planned, for a video where I criticize overly sarcastic productions, like a video that's sort of reviewing their YouTube videos and the way they make their videos. The point of that is not going to be negative about overly sarcastic productions. I don't want to get torn apart, but more to make a point about like what criticism is and what it's for, and how it works, and like what the point of it is. Like essentially, as a sort of argument against. As an argument against the idea that criticism is always an attack, right? That criticism is always like this destructive, negative thing that's always like a conflict. I wanted to try and do like a video where I critique and I criticize overly sarcastic productions, but in a way that's like not, like it's not about starting a fight. It's not about like attacking people or like making anyone angry. It's about like trying genuinely to reach a synthesis and come to a greater understanding. Where like the twist in that video is going to be that every criticism I make of overly sarcastic productions actually apply to my own videos, right? Like, where I'm criticizing them in order to better understand the limitations and the flaws in my own work, right? That's sort of the idea of it. Actually scripting that out and making it work, we'll see if I'm able to do that, but, you know, right, and that evolved from an idea of like wanting to do some videos reviewing other YouTubers in general, like reviewing their character design, reviewing their like editing style and things like that. I still want to do a video reviewing the character designs of other YouTubers. It's just the problem is a lot of YouTubers are actual human beings who are on camera, and it's like you have to be really careful about criticizing their character designs. Because those are people, those are human persons, and like it's not very nice to talk about a person's appearance in that way. So like that's an idea I sort of half have in my head. Like a positive version of I Don't Know James Rolfe. I Don't Know James Rolfe was a positive version. Like I feel like a lot of people didn't get what Dan Olsen was doing with I Don't Know James Rolfe. People thought it was a lol cow video, which is like, no, like Dan Olsen has a whole sequence in the I Don't Know James Rolfe video where he literally projects the angry video game nerd onto his own face. I don't know how much more obvious the man can be about, like, this is not a video about James Rolfe at all. This is a video about projection. It's a video about projection. It's a video about the way we project our own insecurities onto other people and criticize them. Like, but it's yeah, media literacy is dead, I guess. No, it's not. It's not dead. I also want to do a video about media literacy. That's something I might do over on my on 3BSkyen, the commentary channel, because that's just sort of an unscripted ramble where I want to talk about like the fucking people don't understand what the fuck media literacy is. It's so annoying when people say, "Oh, media literacy is dead." Like 99% of the time when I see someone saying media literacy is dead, it's because someone has a different interpretation of a work than they do, which is like, no, motherfucker. Like, media literacy is not about having the right interpretation. Media literacy is about having the tools available to form an interpretation. Well, I'm trying... that's why I'm not committing to doing them, Mailjet. These are just ideas in my head. These are just ideas in the back of my mind that I'm sort of stewing over. I'm not committing on to them. I'm not working on them. But, like, media literacy is not about reaching the correct interpretation of a work. It's about having the tools to form an interpretation in the first place, right? It's like, it's very, very annoying. Like, when people, like, it's been happening with, like, I'm doing those reactions to Hell of a Boss over on the Reaction channel, right? And a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's so nice to have someone who finally has media literacy interpreting the characters. And what they mean isn't that I'm doing a good job with media literacy so much as they mean they like my interpretation. And that's, like, it's not the same thing. Like, I could have perfect media literacy and deliver an interpretation that you think is absolute dog water. Like, that can happen. Ashin Lei, thank you very much for the subscription. Like, you can have perfect media... Like, two people can have exactly the same level of media literacy and reach two completely opposite conclusions about what a work is about. And that doesn't mean either of them have bad media literacy. It's just, like, yeah. It annoys me. I want to do a rant about it. Will you ever do design analysis of Monster Hunter stuff? Yeah, like, that's a plan that I have. Like, for content. Like, eventually I'm gonna run out of Pokemon, right? Eventually I'm gonna, like, in 11 years I'm gonna run out of One Piece chapters to analyze, and then... no, like, eventually I'll do some Monster Hunter things on the Shorts channel as well. Because, like, I do have some ideas for, like, talking about armor. Like, talking about the monsters and how they get converted into armor is one thing that I think would be interesting. Don't forget live-action One Piece. Yeah. An TBSkyen collab would be a nightmare. Red would stop every second to explain story tropes, Blue comment on architecture, historic influence, and Skyen for the animation keyframes. I mean... I would hope that if I were like, they don't know me, I don't know them, we don't talk, like I have no social connection with them whatsoever. They have no reason to want to collaborate with me. This is not a thing that's going to be happening anytime soon, guys. Please don't get excited for it. Like, suggest me if they ever ask for YouTubers, like, which YouTuber could we collaborate with? Please bring up my name, but don't bother them about it. Like, don't annoy them into trying to, like, please don't do that. TBSkyen channel went, oh god, I'm gonna do it someday, aren't I? Like, if I were to do, like, a collaboration with Overly Sarcastic Productions, that would be, like, hopefully that would be about, like, the dream would be Arcane, right? Like, the dream would be that, like, I could come in on their, on, like, whatever they are doing about Arcane. I would love to contribute by talking about, like, the history of Arcane and, like, the influences of League of Legends and how that projects into Arcane, and, like, sort of bring my expertise to that thing. Because, like, if I'm gonna do a collab with someone, I want it to be because I have something to contribute, right? Like, because I know something that they don't, that I can add something to their expertise. Right, like, that's what I would want to do if I were to do, like, an Overly Sarcastic Productions collaboration. Right, I wouldn't want to do it just to do it, right? I would want to add something valuable to what they're doing. Have you ever thought about doing stuff for Ace Attorney? I have a Let's Play on my Let's Play channel of Ace Attorney, the ones with Sherlock Holmes, the name of the Great Ace Attorney. Yes, thank you. And I'm recording a Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney 2 very slowly. It's going really slowly. So if you want to see that, then I have that. But I do want to do a video about the character design in Ace Attorney games, because they have really interesting character design. Have you seen the art for the Capcom card game Tekken? Nope, I have no idea what that is. Are you liking the second half so far? Yes, it is very good. I mostly see media literacy in context of alt-right thinking shits like X-Men have gone woke because minorities. Yeah, but, like, one thing to understand about the right-wing grifters is they don't have poor media literacy. Well, they do, but that's not why. Like, the reason why they behave that way, or the reason why everything is an outrage and everything has gone woke and shit, like, it's not because they have poor media literacy. It's not because they don't understand. Like, that's not why. They are dishonest. They are lying. Like, they make up things to get outraged about in order to perform virtue, right? Like, they virtue signal to their own audiences. That's why they keep accusing everyone else of virtue signaling, is because that's what they do all the time, right? They perform performative righteous anger about, oh, this company has gone woke, or this thing is like that. And that is entirely in order to virtue signal to the audience that they have the right values, and, like, that they are, like, judges of good values. It's not about media literacy. They just don't care. Like, they're not trying to develop an understanding of a piece of media. That doesn't matter to them. What they want is to perform their conservative outrage for money. That's why they accuse everyone else of doing that all the time. It's because that's what they do. That's what they think everyone does. So, let's see. Who's the narrator? That actually does matter to a Civ game a lot. I want to be the narrator of a Civ game. Make me the narrator.
Throughout our history,
hey, Helen Mirren
have done extraordinary things, illuminating our potential. They inspired movements.
Oh, Gwendolyn Christie. Oh, right. Doi. I couldn't tell from the side.
Created the impossible and destroyed the indestructible. Ordinary people chose to change the world.
Hoping for Keith David? Keith David would be good.
To build. To hope.
I do feel like Civilization games have had like a lot of like men with deep voices over and over again. So it's nice to have like a female voice for once.
Now it's your turn to reimagine civilization.
And Gwendolyn Christie has like a good voice for that.
And build something you believe in.
Maggie Smith would have been good as well. I could absolutely go for Judi Dench as well.
Hello, Civ fans. On behalf of all of us here at Firaxis Games, we'd like to welcome
Anyway,
you
show
to
me the
first
gameplay.
look at the next chapter in our Civilization franchise, Civilization VII.
Twitter incels about to explode. Yeah, and that's the thing we talked about with media literacy, right? They don't give a like. It doesn't matter to them whether or not Gwendolyn Christie is a good fit for the game. What matters to them is they get to shout about like wokeness in video games in order to perform conservative virtue. Right, you'll see the thumbnails coming up in like an hour or two, with all of these shitheads talking about how civilization has gone woke.
3 decades later, it's because of your passion.
Or maybe not, because what they decide to get angry about on any given day is completely fucking random.
On a journey to build an empire to stand the test of time. And now the journey continues. Prepare to take just one more turn on February 11th, 2025, when we launch Civilization VII across PC and consoles, all on day one for the first time in franchise history. This is by far the biggest, the most ambitious game we've ever made at Firaxis. It represents a significant
Hermes wants to climb on the microphone arm again.
Franchise. And it's a game we plan to support for many years to
fed
come.
you your food, and you haven't eaten it,
the
and now you want to climb on the microphone arm.
driving force that inspired our biggest new feature. You'll see your Civ world brought to life like never before.
And now you want to climb on my shoulder.
Discover
Okay, that's
why
fine.
Civilization VII promises to be a revolutionary new chapter in this franchise that we all love so dearly. Please enjoy.
Civilization is the foundation of Firaxis. Whether you've been playing since the MS-DOS days or have joined us more recently, we're so grateful for your continued passion
Well,
and
he's
support.
sitting on my shoulder and purring
When you
now.
walk around our studio, you can feel the energy and excitement. You can see how inspired our people are to come in and build the next Civ game.
Civilization is the ultimate historical strategy game. Your goal in Civ is to build an empire to stand the test of time. You select
Unfortunately, my microphone can't pick up his purring. It's designed not to pick up that kind of noise.
guide your Civ's journey across the entire span of human history.
It is a very
Shape
nice
your
library.
empire piece by piece, from what technologies you want to research to what civics you want your society to uphold. And you compete with others on the world stage, engaging in diplomacy, negotiating alliances,
No stepping on keyboard,
and
please.
sometimes going to war.
In every Civilization game, your empire has always been represented by a single civilization. You play
Which
through the
civilization
entire
game is nice
span
to
of
start
history
with? I've never played
as
one.
that one
Ah,
civilization.
any of them? Like, they're kind of
time around, we wanna take
all
you on a new journey.
much the same?
For the first time ever, in
Like, I'd say
Civilization
Civ
7,
5 or
the story of your
6,
empire
if you want to play,
isn't
like,
just
if you
that
want
of
to
a
start out with
single
something.
Several
But they're kind of
connecting
interchangeable on that
together
front.
through time. At the dawn of each new age of human advancement, you'll select a new Civ to represent your empire. You'll build on and carry forward your previous achievements while unlocking new gameplay bonuses to reinforce or pivot your strategy. And by the end, you'll have forged a unique path through history. To show you what we mean, let's take you through the story of one such empire.
It is the dawn of a new age. The age of antiquity. Where humanity begins to take its first steps into the annals of history. The great pharaoh, Hatshepsut, leads the civilization of ancient Egypt.
Ooh, I like the map. I like the the unexplored hexagons are like, oh, that's really cool.
To discover what treasures and dangers lie beyond.
Like the little board game aesthetic.
Begins to survey and map the surrounding lands. As our population grows, a new granary is built to store food for hungry mouths. Its location decided, a new district is formed, and construction begins. With more food available, our people look to make improvements to the land. An ancient fruit ripe for cultivating is spotted. Dates will provide more sustenance for our citizens. And
yeah, you're not wrong, Cityphony. Like, that's sort of something that's inherent to a lot of 4X.
Constructed to harvest this valuable resource.
Things like, it's sort of like, what if history was different? But it's like,
our city continues to grow.
Like, the undergirding ideology of all of these games is imperialism, right? Like, it's constant expansion and increased consumption of resources forever as the means of victory, right? Like, and that's just sort of inherent to the genre, unfortunately, in the same way that, like, conservatism has a tendency to be inherent to fantasy.
Unlocks our ability to traverse the nearby waters.
There are some games that are trying to, like, challenge that, though. Like, there was a game announced not long ago that was, like, sort of about, like, literally about consuming as few resources as possible and, like, not expanding too far.
With the discovery of a breathtaking series of waterfalls. This natural wonder of the world attracts the imagination of our people, and brave settlers begin the long trek to claim new land for the Egyptian Empire. A new town is established near the majestic falls. A town starts from humble beginnings and is initially used to gather nearby resources.
So far, there's not that much different from every other Civ game. It's very pretty, though. Like, I really do think it's very pretty.
Its own identity as a city. Our expansion does not go unnoticed. A foreign scout is spotted, revealing the existence of a nearby independent power. Initial hostilities are tempered over time, as friendly relations begin to form. And peace does not dampen our ambitions. Our people strive forth to create great wonders the world has never seen before. As we continue to expand.
Oh, thank you for those gift subs, Mighty Year. Or Mightier. 09. It's very kind of you, thank you.
They are eager to engage in a bartering of ideas and goods. Trade routes are established.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite 4X games of all time is Colonization. Like, problematic fave, I know.
Our neighbors' ambitions rival our own, setting us on a collision course. War is no longer avoidable.
Do you have any go-to snacks for these kinds of streams? No, popcorn, usually. I had some cookies earlier. Ooh, okay, so the army stacking here is interesting.
Spur our forces quickly across the land. Spears and arrows make way for iron swords and armor. The battles are fierce. We emerge victorious. But the challenges of this age have shaken our mighty Egyptian empire to its
The leader character models are boring compared to a lot of the ones in Civ 6. Yeah, they're not finalized, but they aren't that interesting, I will say.
We feel the pages of history turn as the age of antiquity.
Civ combat has always been kind of bad. Yeah. I mean, I never really play for a military victory in Civ anyway, but, you know. That's partly because the combat just isn't interesting.
A new age brings forth new challenges, and new opportunities, new technologies to research, new resources to acquire, new lands to explore. If we are to take on the challenges of this new age,
combat isn't the focus. Well, this sort of is, like, a little bit. It's part of the pillars of 4X, right? Like, military victory is an option that's, like, given to you, so. So, like, playing a military style should be more mechanically compelling. I do like the sprawl of the city, though.
As we evolve, so too do our neighbors.
You don't like 4's gripping strategy of hit them with a bigger stick? Yeah.
A new age begins. Will you follow a path set by history? Or will you pivot and forge something anew? What kind of empire will you make? What strategies will you pursue?
Good question. Could you show us some of them?
Is yours to create. In Sid Meier's Civilization
So that felt a lot
7.
like just sort of an abridged tutorial for the game rather than a showcase of what actually is going on. Let's get some nitty-gritty details.
The journey of Hatshepsut, brought to life by our wonderful new narrator Gwendolyn Christie, is just one potential path you can take in Civilization VII. This is made possible by our biggest new feature, Ages. Ages are inspired by a transformational idea for Civ, that history is built in layers. This idea is a way of understanding how civilizations have grown, changed, and evolved over time.
Think of the first civilizations of the world as creating an initial foundation. As a civilization grows, new layers are added to that foundation in the form of things like technologies, schools of thought, and cultural norms. At some point, civilizations, faced with a crisis that defines their time, must evolve. When that happens, these past layers don't disappear. Instead, they now serve as a new foundation for the new civilization. As the cycle repeats, connecting the past, present, and future together.
Instead of playing as one single civilization across every age, you'll evolve your empire into a new civilization for each new age. One that is suited to take on the historical challenges of that time.
I thought you might like to see Hermes.
Every age is designed to be like a historical sandbox, as a way to really immerse yourself in that time. Almost everything inside an age is exclusive to that age. That includes things like which technologies and civics you can research, what resources are available to be gained, which independent powers surround you, to even things like gameplay systems and civilizations, all unique to that age.
Having unique civs for each age is something we're really excited about. In the past, every civ needed to be balanced across a game that spans all of history. This naturally resulted in things like late-era civs being strong in the late game, but weak early on. Now, we can balance around the age itself. This means we can give every civ bonuses, units, and buildings that are always
Okay, this
relevant
balancing change looks
and
interesting.
powerful.
I like that.
Having exclusive civs per age is also great for historical immersion. Every age feels like an epic showdown of some of the great powers of that time.
Like, it's nice to sort of
We'll have 3
separate
ages
the
for you
game
to
out
play.
into more phases, right?
The Antiquity Age, when agricultural societies begin to cluster into urban centers, forming the foundations of the first civilizations. The Exploration Age, when the desire for precious commodities from distant lands spurs empires to stretch across great oceans. And the Modern Age, a period of incredible technological growth and global conflict.
They're kind of just jacking humankind's whole thing. I mean, given that humankind kind of just jacked civilization's whole thing, I think it's fair play. Like,
Every age
turnabout
played on
is
its
fair
own,
play.
Are woven together into a full campaign.
In past games, civs and leaders were always tied together and came as a package deal of agendas, abilities, units, and more. With civs being exclusive to ages, we're excited to introduce a new innovation for leaders. For the first time in franchise history, leaders are now selected independently from civilizations.
That's
You can
odd.
now mix and match unique parts
I mean, I guess
of
that's
different
that's
civs and
interesting.
leaders,
Like, I guess there's no reason not to
unlocking
do that,
all
but
new strategic combinations, staying true to Civ's spirit of experimentation. For players who want to stick to more historical pairings, a useful indicator will appear on the Civ
oh yeah, he's fully
selection
rolled up. Like
We're
he's
also taking the opportunity
he's a ball.
to expand who we consider to be a leader in Civilization VII. We'll
He's
continue
weird
to
like
have
that. He likes to be
traditional
rolled up
heads of
into a
state,
little
such as
ball
Civ,
and just sleep like folded over on
I'm also
himself.
excited to have new leaders in areas such as philosophy, religion, science, and more.
Having leaders stay the same across ages helps bring a sense of who you're playing against in Civilization VII. It also gives you the opportunity to keep the theme of evolution going. As your empire evolves from one age to the next, it's important that your leader grows as well. All leaders now have attributes that can further specialize their skills. These attributes can be gained in a variety of ways, from completing narrative events to rewards for researching certain technologies and civics. Overall, leaders are getting a huge upgrade. They're more powerful, more varied, and more strategically interesting than ever. We cannot wait for you to discover your new favorite leader in Civilization VII.
Oh, something started me, baby.
When one age ends and you begin an age transition, it is an incredibly exciting moment. You'll select a new civilization to represent your empire in the new age. You'll choose parts of your past
Oh, is it
civ to
Artemis
carry
outside?
forward into
Aw.
the new one. And the game map literally expands.
You can let her in.
Filled with new independent powers to befriend, new resources to acquire,
If she's annoying you.
and new discoveries to be made.
During an age transition, there are a few factors that determine which civ you can evolve into. This includes any historical connections between your previous and future civ, your choice of leader,
Oh, someone's coming
and even
in.
certain gameplay
We have to
decisions
investigate.
that you made in the past age. Every civ plays differently. Across your game, you might want to stay as true to history as possible, only selecting civs that have historical ties to each other. Or you might switch to
He's
civs
coming
that
to eat
fit
his
your
food.
strategic
Give me a
needs.
minute.
There are so many possible paths to explore, so many different choices you can make. The potential for strategy in Civilization VII is nearly endless.
Hermes.
Something we hear often from players is about how when
no.
you play a game of Civ,
It's his
you
food on the
forget world
floor.
around
It's
you.
his food.
Video games, more than any other medium, have this ability to completely immerse you in another universe. Whether it's through art, music, cinematic moments, or
Little
language,
criminal.
our goal is to bring your Civ world to life.
Getting the look and feel for Civilization VII right is critical, so it's important to make sure we are capturing that through our art style. I spent a lot of time as a kid in museums, especially in the diorama sections, and being able to walk by and see these little miniatures that aren't moving, but there's a story told in them.
You wanna escape?
Was something that I always found intriguing.
Ow, ow,
Technology
ow, ow,
changes
ow,
every time we
ow,
put
ow,
one of these
Jesus.
games out, and each time we put one out, we can do more. And we're at a spot in the industry now where we've just got a lot of tools and a lot of power under our belts.
She
to
got me there.
represent the entire world of Civilization. We're hoping that the players can look into this game,
Yeah.
see the diametric detail on this, and tell their own stories that they've never told before. Everything is going to
No more
fit
cat
together in
cam.
such a different way than it has in the past from Civilization, and I think it's going to give you a much more realistic
do have to stop
version of the
stealing his food,
simulation
though.
that you're trying to create. We took a lot what we learned in the Civ VI and learned from that, trying to open up some more spaces and everything. And we adjusted the tone from 6 up.
Yeah, the tattoo is fully healed up
fans
now,
are
so
looking for, and I think it's going to be
I'm quite happy with that. It didn't even really itch when it was peeling, so I got
Nobody
lucky
else is
there.
doing, and nobody but Firaxis can do.
I think players will love how combat looks. We greatly expanded the variety of units in Civ VII. Units now constantly engage one another. You'll see and hear the clashing of swords and steel. Units have a higher level of fidelity than ever before. Everything from the little parts and pieces and details on the armor set to
There.
the entire
Now she can't steal his food.
representation of a whole army on a battlefield. I feel like this is going to become your Civ. Like this is the one. It has the look.
Firaxis takes its representation of different cultures in Civ VII very seriously. Language is a critical part of civilization. It's how people tell their story. This is important because we are trying to teach through this game, and it's important to our players. They want to see their cultures represented correctly. In many cases, some players have never seen their culture.
I wanted to add a Viking leader who speaks Danish.
It brings great
Ja, så.
pride and joy
Jag ska vi
to
slåss
be
då.
able to
Hey.
see themselves included in the history of the world.
Music also plays an important role in bringing out the spirit and essence of each civilization.
With a real Ama accent, that would be funny. Like, like Vestein's accent. Only Danish people understand this. Why that would be funny.
For Civilization 4, and the main theme for Civilization 6 is returning for Civilization 7, and we cannot wait for you to hear it.
Today represents just an initial look at what's to come in Civilization 7. We have so much more to share, from gameplay deep dives to first looks at new leaders and civilizations, to what you can expect from Civ 7 post-launch.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 releases on February 11th, 2025, and is available
In February?
to pre-order today.
Oh, that's pretty
Players
soon.
who pre-order
Please
Civilization
eat your
7
food,
will
baby
receive
berry.
The Tecumseh and Shawnee pack.
I
If
need you to
haven't
eat
already,
your food.
Be sure to create a 2K account and sign up for our Civ newsletter to receive the latest updates.
Okay, he
Doing
doesn't
so
want to
will
eat
unlock
anymore
the
right now.
exclusive
He's so
Emperor
picky and
persona
so
for
weird about
Napoleon
when he
in
wants to
Civilization
eat.
7. And as a special thank you, if you use that same 2K
Artemis is
account
on the
to
floor.
play Civ
She's
6,
licking her
you'll
chops.
automatically unlock
Like
Napoleon's
she's like,
revolutionary
once he's
persona
done.
in Civ 7. Check out our website at civilization.com for full details, and be sure to follow
Little
Civ
man, you're gonna whine at me in 10 minutes for more food. I know you are.
Look at Civilization 7. The entire team at Firaxis has been working very hard to make sure we deliver a game.
No, he's
that
playful
gives
now.
you
He wants to
more
play.
reasons to take just one more turn.
Little man.
As we welcome Civ 7 into the Civ family, I think back to the legacy of Civilization, the 30 years of development, refinement, iteration, exploration of the millions of players that have contributed, of the billions of hours.
I am cautiously excited for this one. Like, again, I really hope it's not going to be another case of like you need 2 or 3 DLCs before it gets good, but
February 11th, 2025 isn't too far away.
I know I'm going to lose 1,000 hours to it no matter what. So well, okay then. I guess that was the civilization bit. I really do like the map thing. I really do like the sort of like the thing with the map looks like an actual board game kind of thing. That was really cool. You think you'd ever stream Civ? I don't know. Like maybe as like a casual chatting stream, because like it's not exactly an exciting game. Are they getting along? Yes, they are. They are getting along perfectly fine. But yeah, like I said previously, I'm not committing to any new projects of any kind until I have finished some of the ones I've got in my backlog. A quick 12-hour games with friends, yeah. So like, any question you want to ask me about, would you ever do, or do you ever want to do about a video about this or a thing about that? I played this game. Like the answer is like, I wanna probably. But I'm not gonna until I'm done with the stuff that I've already got going on, right? So that's kind of I'm really trying to like take a hard stance with myself and like say no, like finish your shit, you asshole, before you like put another project on the pile for yourself that you can't actually commit to. But yeah, that was Gamescom opening night, I suppose. And Civilization 7 doing their promo thing. I'm cautiously excited about that. I am extremely excited about Monster Hunter. Why is Monster Hunter so fucking far away? Why is it so far away? Why is it so far away Why is it? Why is that? Why is it like 2025? No, fuck you. Now, please, it seems, it looks finished. It looks done. All the gameplay footage looks like it's finished. I can play it now. Give it to me. It's, oh man, I want Monster Hunter. I want Monster Hunter. Did you turn down the invitation to the League custom skin contest or forgot? I'm just curious. I don't know what that is. Maybe I don't know. Did I get an email about it? I guess I did. So that's my answer to that, is I don't know what that is. It's entirely possible I got an email. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I just forgot about it. ADHD does do that. I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of emails. So, bet it has bad contest terms. I don't know. It seemed like if it's a custom thing, it seems like a community thing. But yeah, Hermes is being a little bastard about his food. He's very picky about when he wants to eat exactly and what he wants to eat. And usually what he wants to eat is other cats' food. He doesn't want to eat his own food. He wants to eat other cats' food. Very specifically, other cats' food. He's a social eater, I guess. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to do on stream tonight, so thank you all for watching. I'm gonna put this stream VOD up over on the TBSkyen channel, on the reaction channel, because that's where those are supposed to go later, and I will see you at some later point. Have a good evening, everyone. And thanks for hanging out with me, by the way. I appreciate all the subscriptions. I appreciate the chat. I appreciate you just spending time with me. That's very nice of you. Thank you for doing that.